Sorry. It made me laugh. Fuck. Hi, everybody. That's the start of the episode. It's just me laughing. I'm going to leave that in. That's fucking funny. Welcome back to Beware the Board, a horror podcast where we watch a horror movie every week. What's up, Ben?
What's up?
Been?
That
was a good pun. That was a good pun. Don't tell me it wasn't.
I'm going to ignore you. I've been okay. It's me and Bob are both in college right now.
Oh, fuck.
We probably should have been graduated by now.
Oh,
with how old we are.
Yeah.
But we're kind of
Listen,
not great.
man, I
at
changed
school.
my major this year.
Yeah, I changed my major.
So
Technically this year too. So
yeah,
we're in the same boat.
We'll figure it out. That's fine.
So we're chugging along very slowly, but it's the end of the semester this week, and a little bit into next week. So I've been doing so many papers. I've just been recording lots of German lines to send to my professor. Bob is not a German major. I think I should make that clear.
I'm not a German major. I just have to take
he's
credits.
a little baby English major,
and I need the credits, man. That's all it is.
And I'm a slightly more grown English major.
You've actually taken some classes.
I have only English classes left.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I took this semester.
I don't know what I have left.
But yeah, I've just been doing a bunch of stuff, which has been frustrating because Dwarf Fortress came out this week.
Dude, you
on
in this
Steam.
fucking game, you really want to play Dwarf Fortress.
I'm so excited. Because I played it, I think, for the first time when I was like 10.
That's insane.
And I've played it off and on since then, and I stopped playing it for once the Steam release got announced, because I was like, it's a pain to keep up with the zip file downloads and stuff, and I was like, this seems so much easier. I'm just gonna wait so I don't get super used to the key bindings again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's super cool to see the Dwarf Fortress people. They made so much money off that Steam release.
They sold 3 months worth of expected copies in 24 hours.
Yeah, dude, they made
it was
160,000
copies.
I think that's all it was like. They made like 10 million or something.
It makes sense.
Drop.
There's a lot of people who have just played it over the years.
Yeah.
Who bought it to support them because it's been free for
forever,
for almost 2 decades now. And if I remember right, the reason they did this whole Steam release to begin with is because I think their dad was sick, so it was to pay for medication stuff.
Well, I think they covered it.
Yeah. Now, besides that, the genre that Dwarf Fortress started of the RimWorld and RimWorld clones, it's better at that than them, obviously. So everyone who played those games is now, play
I might actually get Dwarf Fortress. I might actually play it.
Do you want it for Christmas, Bob? I'll just buy it for you for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Is it multiplayer? Can we play together?
No.
Oh, that sucks. But whatever.
Bob, it would be so fucking stupid if it was multiplayer.
It'd be fun though, wouldn't it?
It'd be like multiplayer RimWorld. No, Bob, it wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Because the chaos of me doing things and you undoing them would cause me an aneurysm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not even on purpose.
No, you're right. It wouldn't be on purpose. I would just be wandering around breaking shit on accident. It'd be awesome.
But, that's our Dwarf Fortress rant. I think it's about time for us to record an episode.
Actually start the episode.
Yeah, actually start an episode.
Did we say our names at the start of the episode?
You didn't do your intro thing.
Well,
so
I kind of did.
Do you want to do your intro thing now?
I did. I said
what is
the
this
start of the
podcast called?
I said it earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I opened with talking about the podcast.
No, you just opened with laughing.
Well, I opened laughing and then said, welcome to blah, 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 blah. Listen, I know what I'm doing.
Well, if you did your intro, then we said our names.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, see? You do the same one every week.
It's true. Anyhow.
Any injuries this week?
I'm clean. Well,
okay.
Hold on. I'm good. I didn't fuck myself up.
I stabbed my finger with metal wire.
Yeah, you told me about that, and I was confused.
What do you mean? What was confusing about it?
Chicken wire? What?
No, banjo wire.
Oh, I forgot. That's what it was.
String wire. For musical instruments.
I forgot that's what it was.
When you clip it, because you have to wrap it around the peg and stuff and twist.
Yeah.
And when you clip it off, there's a sharp piece of wire sticking out, and I jabbed it into the fleshy bit of, I guess that's my ring finger. It bled a lot, apparently. Damn. I didn't realize until I was done stringing my instrument, and there was blood all over my hand.
Can't have bled as much as that guy at work. That was so much blood.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's good, from what I hear. So, good for him.
Yeah. All right. Well, board time. Yeah.
Board time. We have...
Kind of bored.
Wow. We have 3 movies left.
Yeah, we have 3 spots left.
Well, sorry, 3 spots. One of each.
Yeah, we have the 3rd spot on spiders, or arachnophobia, as I call the category. The 3rd spot on Halloween, and the 3rd spot on zombies.
I want to talk about what you said,
What's wrong?
I want to talk about my category for next board.
You can't talk about it yet. We're saving it for the wrap up.
I know. I'm just really excited because you started talking about the other categories, and I was like, I got a good name for mine.
Yeah, I told Bob that we were going to give fun names to the categories.
Yeah,
mine's
funny.
Cool.
Mine is very funny. I have 2. I have one that you can say no to, and then a backup.
Okay.
But
Why would I say no to it? Do you want to explain that?
yeah, because I think it might be too close to zombies in terms of movies we would get.
Fair.
Which is like would suck.
I'll
Even though the category's different.
I mean, that's fine. I'll try not to say no to it, but again,
I think you're gonna love it. And
I
say
probably
yes.
will.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Content-wise, I don't necessarily want to do something that's exactly the same. Again.
Exactly. That's what yeah.
So we'll think about that when we do the wrap-up.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. So here's my thought. Whatever I pick here will determine what order I have to watch these goddamn movies in. Because I keep telling Ben, and he keeps telling me, well, it's going to happen eventually. I'm trying not to pick the same category 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, that's not the issue. Bob is just trying to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 down the board.
Well, no, I'm just trying not to pick the same category 2 weeks in a row. That's all it is.
Well, you picked Halloween last time.
I know. So I can't pick Halloween this time, which leaves me with zombies or spiders.
You're just going to do spiders.
So I thought about it. I've thought very intensely about picking spiders.
You should pick spiders because I don't want to end with spiders.
You know what? I wanted to end with spiders. We started the fucking board with spiders. We'll end the board with spiders.
Well, because it's the third spider movie that I don't know if it's good or not. We've discussed this.
I know.
So I don't want to end the board with a flop, Bob.
Yeah, but I'm kind of interested in what the last zombie spot is.
So save it for last. It's like a crescendo.
But I don't know if I could deal with spiders today.
Well,
Yeah. I know.
you should do spiders.
I
I normally wouldn't push you, but I don't want to end the first board with a bad movie.
I could always choose Halloween.
Spider.
Okay, what if I do spiders second to last? Is that okay?
And so in the middle,
Yeah.
then you should start with Halloween. I think we should end with zombies.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because you know what movie it is and you think it'll be awesome?
No.
Oh
No!
Oh, okay. That's not foreboding at all. Yeah, what's under Halloween? What is that?
Is that your final choice?
Yeah, it's my final choice, Benjamin.
All right, Bob. We are doing the Night of the Demons duology.
Night of the Demons?
Duology.
Well, it's 2 movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 movies.
How many fucking movies are on this board, you son of a bitch? There's supposed to be
I'll tell you when we're done.
There's supposed to be 9, and there's not there's way more
not
than that.
9.
Way more than 9. Night of the Demons. This is not going to be a good time, is it?
It's gonna be a good time.
No. Oh my we'll talk about
What?
we skipped something. Oh,
What did we
at
skip?
The top of the episode.
No, go ahead and say it before I start describing the movie.
No, we'll talk about it later.
No, Bob, you talk about it now.
No, we've already started the board. I don't want to bring up an off-topic discussion.
What is it? We're already off topic. You might as well go.
It's a whole story, dude.
We'll start it. We haven't started the movie. Bob, just go. God damn you.
So, if you listen to the last episode, you know that Ben sort of maybe entice some ghosts to come fuck up my house.
Oh, yeah. Should I give him a name?
No!
A metaphysical form?
No. Shut up. Ben taunted the ghosts, and now I have a fucking ghost. And
I
I'm
didn't
not
taunt
even.
the ghost.
Yes, you did.
I'm pretty chill with ghosts.
I am
Bob
chill with
doesn't
ghosts.
like them.
I didn't say that. Don't say that. No.
I think you're pretty cool.
But yeah, Ben got me haunted, and I'm not okay with it. You do not understand how hard it was for me to go to sleep.
The way you've described it is keys in the middle of your table flew off the table.
Yeah, basically, I was laying in bed, and I heard something. I was like, what was that? Like something rustling. And I look up, and I'm like, oh, it must be my dog, of course. Because, she's the only other thing in this room with me. And I look up, and she's standing next to me looking at I have a... to record the podcast, I sort of have a dining room table set up in the middle of my bedroom.
Yeah.
Just so we have...
It's classy.
a place to put our coffee and, set up the mic stand and stuff. And I look over, and my car keys and my house keys, just kind of lift off the table and just, weep, onto the floor.
I'd like to suggest the alternate theory
Don't.
of your dog was by the table, and the thing that you thought was your dog was not your dog.
That is, I think, much scarier, but whatever. Anyway, I just thought you all should know that Ben has, if I die in some tragic, horrible accident, it was Ben. That's all.
Woo! All right.
That was so loud.
Are you done with your story time
Yeah, I am.
about how you're haunted?
Yeah, because, yeah.
All right. You ready for the description?
I think so.
A Halloween party at the local abandoned funeral parlor just happens to go wrong.
Okay. This doesn't sound so bad so far.
Yeah, so you good with it?
I feel like these movies are, the name is meant to scare me more than the actual movie.
Well, I also try to choose descriptions that are either funny or not foreboding at all. I mean, this one is literally what could go wrong?
Yeah, which makes me, yeah, sure, we can watch it. We'll watch
All
it. I'll watch it. Fuck it.
So-
I'll
This is Night of the Demons.
yeah.
It's a 1988 film.
Oh, hell yeah. So listen here, motherfucker.
Bob left it out on the last one.
What?
Did you put it back in?
No, what are you talking about?
Are you going to put it back in?
What are you talking about?
that you're a synth slut?
No, I can't. I couldn't find it.
Oh.
I tried to find it. I couldn't find it.
Bob's a slut for synth.
Yeah,
He said it
so-
himself in the last episode, but
Yeah,
he
yeah,
didn't include it in the actual episode.
Well, because I forgot. I tried to find it and I couldn't find it. And I'd already uploaded and I was not going to fucking re-upload.
So he's really jamming on these 80 movies.
That's what I was about to say. Every single movie we've watched from the 80s has been an absolute banger. It's been awesome. I don't think I've watched a single movie from the 80s so far on this show that has been bad. Now, you could say Blood Rage is bad.
I forgot about Blood Rage.
Blood Rage is not a bad movie. It's just not a very good movie. That's a little different. Because I liked Blood Rage.
I would say it's not a good movie either.
No.
I wouldn't put very in front of that.
It's
Not cranberry
Oh,
sauce,
sorry.
Artie.
I like that movie.
That's what I had for breakfast.
You had cranberry sauce for breakfast?
Yeah.
I could have gotten you food.
For breakfast at 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah. I forget you've been up since fucking the ass crack of dawn.
Why? Don't know. Don't
Okay.
sleep.
Okay, anyway. The reason I say I brought this up is because I'm excited now because I want this to be a good movie.
All right. Hour 30. It's got a whopping 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
Not bad compared to other stuff.
Not horrible. And it's rated R.
Oh, thank God.
Now, my fun little tidbit here is I saw, like, I'm going to list, like, a couple people in this film.
Sure.
But I saw a panel with a bunch of these people in the film
Oh, that's really rad.
at a horror convention. And they talked about it a couple
Okay.
years ago. So, not sure what cool stories I can think of off the top of my head because it's been
yeah.
a while. But
We need to go
always fun.
to a convention.
I like going. I think they're really cool.
I think we should go.
All right. So, notable people in this. First, Kathy Podwell. She's playing Judy.
I don't know who that is.
She plays Callie Harper Ewing in Dallas. It's a TV show.
Okay.
You have to remember, I include what this person is also known for.
I know.
And sometimes these actors are not really famous, but
They're
worth
in
mentioning
stuff.
in this. Like, I think they stand out in the film we're watching. So that's
Sure.
why I mentioned
That
them.
makes sense.
Amelia Kincaid as Angela Franklin.
Okay.
Jill Terashita as Franny. She plays, I believe this is pronounced Arab
Oh, Lord.
in Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland.
There are Oh, okay. We'll get to those movies
I love
eventually.
Sleepaway Camp. Once again,
Oh, no.
Linnea Quigley
Oh, she's in this too. Okay.
as Suzanne.
Fuck yeah. All
And
right. Cool.
You would also know her for Spider in Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-orama,
What the fuck?
which is one of my favorite Linnea Quigley movies.
Dude, she's in so much random bullshit.
She is. Last
What
time
is-
I mentioned
Hollywood
Chainsaw Hookers.
Yep, there
This
it is.
one's Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-orama,
Jesus
where
Christ.
she plays Spider.
Spider.
She is not a sorority babe,
Oh. Oh.
obviously.
Oh.
She's named Spider.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like she's being typecast, but whatever. This and Return of the Living Dead? Or not this. That and Return of the Living
Yeah,
Dead?
but she doesn't normally play kind of punky in that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes she was I think she was actually like a rock singer,
Really?
but
I didn't know that. That's cool.
her role in Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-orama is very take chargey.
Okay.
It's different than her usual kind of like Scream Queen thing. So it's directed by Kevin Tenney, who is also known for directing the 1986 film Witchboard, which is an old Ouija board film.
Oh, no.
Ouija board?
Mm-mm.
Ouija?
No.
Yeah. Witchboard's a little bit easier to pronounce and also
A little bit easier.
not
yeah.
copyright.
Oh, yeah. Was it Hasbro?
I think Hasbro owns it.
I'm going to leave in the part where you said I cut something because I totally didn't.
He cut sneezing. He's a liar.
Absolutely not. Now, where were we?
Okay. The budget of the film is estimated at $1.2 million with a box office of $3.1 million.
That's not bad.
About 3 times.
That's not bad at all. That's
Not
pretty
bad.
good.
To be honest. I mean, it's always so weird to think about because, like, tripling your budget
Oh.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you're a film, you're like,
Yeah.
it could have done better.
I mean, because there are some films that do just the most
Insane
insane
numbers.
shit. Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this. You know that's kind of from Jaws and stuff.
Yeah. We talked about that briefly during one of the movies. I don't remember which one.
Do you want me to talk about that now? Because I don't know if we're going to watch Jaws at any point. So.
I want to watch Jaws.
I do too, but I don't know if we're going to.
You know how scared I am of the ocean.
I know. I love the
and
ocean.
sharks and other sea
I love
creatures.
sharks too. They're like puppy dogs of the sea.
No, they're big, ferocious
You can
monsters.
pet them.
I could pet you.
Actually, they don't like biting stuff.
That's fine. I
For
don't
all
like,
those
I don't
teeth?
like biting stuff either. But if I had to bite someone, I would.
Well, I meant like part of the reason like shark bites are so rare is they don't like to bite things. They like to suck it into their mouth.
Ew. That's gross, bro. You ever? Ugh. The idea
Anyway.
of being sucked into a shark's mouth is unsettling.
He gagged.
Yeah, that was disgusting. It's because I'm wearing the headphones and all I can hear is like your spittle and shit. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oy.
But yeah, so it created this idea of, first of all, summer blockbusters.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing before Jaws. More importantly, though, it emphasized this idea of tentpole movies. I think that's the term for it. Essentially, it's this idea that you can have one film that earns enough money to essentially hold up the whole studio's budget for the year.
Okay, so that's where. Okay, I understand.
And I think Jaws was one of the first to do this. It might not be the thing that started this trend, but it definitely helped with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially studios realized, like, hey, we don't have to try and make a bunch of little movies that maybe only produce a little bit of money, as long as we make one really big movie that makes a lot of money.
The James Cameron approach.
Yeah, kind of like the James Cameron approach.
We were talking about Avatar last night.
I love James Cameron. I think he's so cool.
He's cool. I want to see his new movie.
It's in the ocean.
It's in the ocean. Well, actually, maybe I don't
know
want
if
to see
Bob
his new
can see
movie.
it. Yeah, we've been talking about it, and you haven't been like, oh yeah, the ocean's kind of scary.
The ocean is kind of scary, but
I
this
think the
isn't the
ocean's
real
kinda
ocean.
scary.
Anyway,
You're choosing oceans as your next category spot, right?
fuck you. That's how you
Am
can
I
be
choosing
mean to
oceans?
Me. If you want to
Ooh.
be mean to me, you can choose oceans. That's all I have to say.
know already one of the films we're watching for the ocean.
Oh, I just had a cool idea. I'll talk to you later.
No?
That's a good idea. Yeah, I had a thought.
Do you not want to talk about it now?
No.
Okay.
It's a surprise.
Well, we've gotten way off track again, but
It's fine, whatever.
we just did budget. So the film it's considered a cult classic.
Oh,
which-
hell yeah,
Do you know
okay.
the term?
Yeah, I've used it before on the
All
podcast.
right. Well, for anyone who doesn't know, because we have listeners, apparently.
We have a few.
No, we don't.
Hi, Abby.
A cult classic is a film that has acquired a cult following since release. So most cult classic horror movies weren't really popular when they released. But
Yeah.
they have a lot of fans now. Usually that has to do with things like VHS and DVD releases where they go really cheap because it wasn't popular when it came out.
Yeah.
So people watch it on like random channels or like a cheap blockbuster movie, and then they're like, whoa, that was really good, and it has a second life where it makes more money that way. So here's where we get into a little bit of fun film history. The film has an X-rated alternative version.
Can we watch that one?
Maybe. But here's where we get into something interesting. X-rating is
Yeah.
actually an outdated version of the modern NC-17.
Oh,
I don't know if you knew that. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. And that makes it less exciting because I thought X-rated means they just left in everything.
Well, it does.
Oh.
But that's what NC-17 means.
Oh, see, I didn't really understand NC-17.
It's exactly the same thing.
Okay.
They just changed the name.
Oh, okay.
And NC-17 means, I forget the exact meaning, but basically you can't see it unless you're 17. It's not like
Yeah,
rated
yeah.
R movies where you can go with a parent. You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to be 17. But the reason they changed X rating is because it wasn't trademarked by the MPAA,
Oh, weird. Okay.
which is the Motion Pictures Association of America,
yeah.
which is the one who does all the ratings.
Yeah. The rating
Anyways.
board and stuff.
X rating was not trademarked. So in the 70s, it began to be used as a gimmick to denote like porn.
Yeah.
So that's where like XXX films come from.
I knew. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that's why that happened, but I knew that was a thing.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
that's why porn does XXX and stuff. It's a reference to X-rated films
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
because they
actually
could
pretty
just
cool.
be like, haha, we're rated.
Huh.
Even though they weren't.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the MPA does not want to be sent porn to review.
I mean, yeah. All right, here's a fun Linnea Quigley fact.
Okay.
She met her ex-husband, Steve Johnson, on set as he worked as a special effects artist, and she had to get a mold of fake breasts done.
Oh.
That's how they met. He was doing her mold.
He was the boob guy.
The boob guy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they do some weird stuff on these films.
I hope. Yeah, you just informed me that there's a boob mold in this movie.
Well, I didn't talk about this on Return of the Living Dead because I was very tired.
Yeah.
But they had to do a bunch of stuff to get her for that nude scene.
Yeah. I
There
could
was some
assume
weird
so.
stuff going
Was there?
on. Yeah.
Like what? Oh.
I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, that's not good. I don't like that.
It's not like super inappropriate,
Oh, okay.
but it's not like
Podcast material?
it's a little over the normal amount of podcast material.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. If you want to research this on your own, you can just Google it.
Yeah.
You have enough words
It's-
we've said to Google this for yourself.
It's kind of weird and just kind of over the top in an
Okay.
egregious sense. But it's not bad. It's just a little too over the
Okay.
podcast rating.
Okay. I do put not for kids on these, by the way.
I mean, yeah, but that's a
'Cause-
little...
I mean, we curse a lot. And also, the content of these movies is not for children.
We curse a lot. The content of these movies is not for children. But I do try to keep, like, at least myself censored when we're talking about sexual stuff.
Sure.
Um,
I'll say whatever I want.
I know you will, but
and then I'll just cut it out later.
Yeah, but I don't cut these, so I have to be careful. Anyways, Amelia Kincaid. So she plays Angela Franklin in this film. Choreographed her own dance routine in this film.
Oh.
So she dances in it.
That's pretty cool.
She's one of the people I saw at that panel.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember her talking about this. She's, if I remember right, like a classically trained ballerina or something.
Oh, man, that's cool.
Or at least some type of dancer. So they just basically gave her music and she danced to it. Not the music in the movie. It's different music that they have in here.
Okay.
But they were just like, here's some music. Start dancing.
That's fucking funny.
So, tagline, right?
Oh, okay.
Put your party face on.
Oh, see, I'm excited about this movie.
I mean, it's a cult classic, so that tells you.
It's probably gonna be fucking sick. I'm
Yeah.
excited, but I'm also
Sick.
pretty scared. Mostly because it's called what? Little Demons? Something Demons. I was paying attention.
Little Demons?
Little Demons.
Night of the Demons?
Night of the Demons. There it is. I was
Yeah.
thinking about that Danny DeVito show with what is that? I think that
Danny
is-
DeVito?
Well, yeah,
And his daughter?
Little Demons. Yeah. Night of the Demons. You know I don't like demons. We've talked about this.
These people are demons.
These people are demons. And I already have a ghost. I don't need a demon in my life. That would be too much.
I can give it a name. Do you
Don't.
want me to give it a name?
Shut up.
So it can
bro.
take form?
I will. Okay. I know that you might think this is just a bit, but I'm actually like freaking out. If you do that, Ben, I swear to God.
I want to give it something that rhymes with Piper, so that it seems like you're calling Piper, and the
Hell.
ghost will come to you.
No. Piper, don't listen to a word this heathen says. All right. Well,
How about Pepper?
that's what my mom calls my dog.
Yeah. All right. We're going to name you Pepper.
No, we're not.
That's the ghost's name.
No,
Pepper.
he's talking about the stuff you put on
Bob,
food.
stop being mean to it. It has a name. Her name's Pepper. It's going to be a she now, because Pepper's a girl name. Sorry if you're not, but we're just going to use she. You got to be respectful, Bob.
Okay.
Isn't that right, Piper? Yeah.
Did you look up?
She's licking her mouth, so she's kind of giving me the head like, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well,
Piper and Pepper.
no.
Your dog needs a friend.
She has a friend. Me. She doesn't fucking care. Her head's completely empty.
The dog winked at me.
No, she didn't.
She did.
No, she didn't, bro. Okay. Well,
She did it again.
stop fucking with my dog.
She might have fucked up eyes.
She probably does.
All right,
honestly.
we're gonna watch this movie now.
We're
This has
gonna go
been
watch
the
the
most
movie.
off-topic intro, but
It's not been that off topic.
we'll see
to be
you in
honest.
a little bit.
Yeah, if the fucking ghost doesn't get me
Hey,
first,
Pepper's okay.
I'm gonna kill you.
She's a nice ghost. She just likes to play with keys on the table sometimes.
No.
She's like Casper.
Okay.
All right,
We should go.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
See you in a bit.
Bye. Hi, everybody. We're back.
Yeah, we're back from
Night of the Demons. 1.
yeah, Night of the Demons.
The first
Stop saying one. I hate you. I hate you. You're a bad person.
Oh, hold on.
This is why you're haunted by Pepper.
What do you... Hold on. Well, I had to preface the
You're
first
a
one because there are
heinous-
2 of them.
A heinous piece of shit.
Why are you mad that I'm, like, prefacing this?
Bob has an issue
An
that irks
issue.
me. It isn't irk.
It's not an issue.
Where he doesn't
it's only
like to
you.
say the actual name of the movie. He likes to say the actual name of the movie and then add 1 to the end.
Well, because I had to preface this with the fact
You
that
don't
it's
have to. It's just Night of the Demons. Or like he calls Halloween 1 instead
Well,
of
because
Halloween.
aren't there multiple films called Halloween?
Yes, but it's Halloween, like, and then you say the year. But you don't even have to say the year for the first one, because it's just Halloween. Everyone knows it's Halloween. And then the Rob Zombie one's just the Rob Zombie Halloween. And then the new one's just the new Halloween.
I don't know if you saw that. My brain was loading for about 30 seconds, and I wanted to make a joke, but I didn't.
Bob, I want you to understand you just said, I don't know if you could see that.
I'm talking to you. I'm talking
I
to
thought you
you.
were talking to the audience. I
No,
was like,
'cause you're looking at
what
me,
the fuck is wrong with you,
And
Bob?
I'm pretty... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Any fucking way. We watched Night of the Demons.
I'm proud of you. You didn't do it.
I almost just stabbed you with this pencil. You're within striking distance.
I said I was proud of you.
No one ever says that.
Yeah. I'm a good father figure.
Okay.
I'm proud of you, son.
I'm going to open this up before we even start describing the movie.
Oh, okay.
Before we even start it. You told me this was a cult classic,
Mhm.
and I was watching it, and I was like, this is okay. By the end of the movie, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get it. It's awesome.
It's not a good movie. Good as in like good acting and good writing.
Some of it, some parts.
Sometimes.
Some parts are pretty
But
good.
it also kind of feels like they might have stumbled into that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest here.
Some of it's a little rough, but
it's a little rough.
I really liked it.
Like it's very much a B movie,
It is, but it's
right?
it's kind of incredible.
But it's fun. That's why it's a cult classic. It's fun.
it's fun, and also all of it looks pretty good.
Now, I hadn't seen this movie before. I
Yeah.
told you that during the
Yeah, we talked
during
about
this. I had heard some stuff about it. I saw the panel on it. I meant to go watch it after I saw that panel, which was, I think that was 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was doing this Halloween board, I saw it, and I was like, finally
An
watch
excuse
that
to
fucking
watch
movie.
this movie, yeah.
Because I have so many movies to watch, and I don't watch enough movies as it is. I watch a lot. But
And I watch the movies we watch on this show, and that is about it.
that's it. You don't watch movies at all.
No, it's not my thing.
I just don't.
I just
have
watch
time.
bad TV instead.
Yeah, real bad TV.
Nah, Ben knows. Ben's heard me
Ugh.
talk about some of the shitty
Concerning
TV that I
sometimes.
watch. Ugh.
But yeah, I hadn't seen it, so I didn't know like too much about it going in. I knew some stuff,
Sure.
but not a lot. And I wasn't expecting kind of how the movie was like.
Me either, to be honest.
I tried to keep you from reading the Shutter description.
Oh, I didn't even look at it.
You didn't look at it,
TBH.
which is great. Which is great.
I do avoid reading things when we're loading up.
I know.
Actually, hold on. Okay, can I be honest?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we were watching Halloween 3, and I ended up accidentally reading the description, which didn't really spoil the movie
During the movie?
before the movie.
How the fuck did you do that?
Because you told me to open my eyes, and I look up, and I'm looking at the fucking picture, and there's a description on it.
Yeah.
And I just, my brain just
Oh.
automatically started reading
No, that's
because
okay.
there were words.
That's okay.
But
I thought you were saying sometime between me telling you what the movie was and us watching it, you pulled out your phone.
No, I didn't
and
look it
looked
up.
it up, and it was like, oh no, I accidentally read the description.
no, it was just on the screen. Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to cut that. That's so loud.
No, you're not.
I might have to. It's
gonna stay
No, you're
in.
clipping the audio. It's like fucking
That makes it better.
No. But what I was getting at is since then, because it spoiled the fact that the masks were because the description says causes kids' heads to explode.
Oh yeah.
So I was going into that movie like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch a bunch of kids
Fair.
die. Not what happens. Well,
Not
it
what
is what happens,
Yeah.
but not by exploding.
yeah, descriptions a lot of times really spoil stuff. Like
Yeah.
really, really bad. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
That's why I read them and try to write my own for you.
Sure, that makes sense.
And I even try to like dub them down to like
yeah,
so you can't tell anything about the movie.
sure.
Like this one was just they go to a funeral home. What could go wrong?
yeah, which was chaos ensued.
But what I was gonna say is on Shudder in the description it says that the film is very reminiscent of Evil Dead and Return of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah,
And I read that and I was like, yeah, this film basically feels like if they took Evil Dead and Return of the Living Dead
Never seen Evil
and
Dead,
mashed them together.
so I don't know, but sure.
That is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we have to watch it.
I
now.
love that movie
We have to watch it.
so much.
We have to watch it. Anyway.
And for anyone that's interested in this story, and I'll probably tell it again when we actually watch Evil Dead,
Sure.
is I watched that movie for the first time when I was probably in middle school with my mom.
With
And
your mom? Oh Lord! From what I know, that doesn't
I'm
seem
not
like a
gonna
good
keep
idea.
going with this story because we need context for why that was so awkward. But
Okay.
it was a very fun experience.
I couldn't imagine watching this movie with your mom.
Nah, that's fine.
I'm mostly,
Last Christmas, I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night with my mother
really?
and my sister. Yeah,
Oh my God!
it's just like we're gonna watch a Christmas movie.
a
What are we
classic
watching?
family Christmas movie.
She was like, I don't know. I want to watch a really bad horror movie. Go find one.
"Oh, okay. Well, that works."
Yeah, it was yeah. The film, for anyone who's seen Evil Dead, feels a lot like that, but just combined with some of the
Yeah.
kind of fun, goofy zombie stuff of Return of the Living Dead, which kind of interesting to describe it that way, since that's the movie we watched last week.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that we got them back to back like this. It's
Yeah.
really interesting.
I'm sure that's also partially because Linnea Quigley's in this
In
film.
both of them, yeah.
Which, Bob,
Yep.
how you feeling about Linnea Quigley now?
She's great. I like her. She's really cool.
She's fun.
Yeah, I've been getting recommended a lot of her interviews on YouTube recently because I've been watching clips and stuff. She's really cool. Her interviews are great.
Mhm. Now, I told you I met her, right?
Yeah, you told me.
She's I have pictures with her.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to get a
No,
get a
you're
drink. I brought a thermos.
Yeah, he brought a lot of tea because we're gonna be here a long time.
But I met her. Really cool.
Yeah.
I went up to her booth and she started talking to me. She was like, "Where are you from?" We were in Chicago, so I was talking to her about like driving down there because that's
Yeah.
a pretty far distance. But yeah, really nice.
Really, really cool. That's what I'm saying.
That's-
We need to go to a convention. I want to meet. This is just like cool.
That's the thing you'll find about a lot of like horror people. First of all, the community's really tight knit.
Yeah.
It's really interesting going to some of the cons because the actors recognize some of the fans.
That's really, really cool.
Some oh my god, I'm gonna feel really bad about forgetting her name. The main character from Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
She's really, really nice. She's at a lot of conventions,
Mhm.
but she just knows the name of some of the fans. But like, not just some of them, a lot of them.
Oh my
because
god.
she's met them a couple times.
That's really rad, man.
But yeah, just overall, most of them are really, really nice. Bob just wants to meet Papa Lloyd.
That would be awesome.
He was at the last convention.
Was
I
he
at.
really? See, if
I
I
didn't
met
even know
Lloyd
he was-
Kaufman, I actually probably would faint then. Like, I don't think I get starstruck, but Lloyd Kaufman is like, holy shit.
I didn't know he was gonna be there.
Oh, he's so cool.
He
He might be the coolest
he brought-
person ever.
There was someone dressed up as Toxie with him too.
That's awesome. See that? Oh,
It was
god
super
damn it.
cool. Now
Okay,
let's talk about the actual movie.
let's actually get to the movie because I'm gonna keep saying this. This movie is like so fucking cool. Some of the shit they did in this movie is awesome.
Yeah, some of it's great.
Some of it is
Some
great.
of it's not. But I think we're gonna do a quick rundown of the premise because
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest here.
I don't remember the order in which stuff happened. Gonna
Yeah,
be real.
the movie is so very.
It doesn't stop. It just kind of goes once it starts.
It's nonstop once it starts.
Yeah, but it's real slow.
but
up
it's
to
a
that
lot
point.
of of similar stuff.
Yeah.
Once it starts, so I can keep this roughly chronological.
Okay, can we start? First of all, we
Yeah.
have to set up the end of the movie first.
Yes, but we'll get to that. I'm just gonna
Okay.
give a rough rundown.
Okay, cool.
So-
I don't want to skip that part because
Before
that is the hardest I've laughed in one of these episodes in a long time.
that is fair. I was watching the audio and it was very, very interesting to look at. But before we get into spoilers for
Yeah.
this film, rough premise: they go basically Judy. It's one of the
Yep.
main characters.
She is, I would say, the main character.
Is getting picked up by her boyfriend,
Oh God, not Sal, the other one.
not Sal.
Jay.
Jay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
he
good with
sucks.
names. Jay sucks. Shh. No, Jay. Don't remember that. This is the no spoilers section still.
Not as bad.
We
as
should
the other
start
one.
doing that. Just spoilers and no spoilers. Give a little heads up.
I mean, people. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I know, but sometimes they might get this far in and like,
Whatever. I leave
'Cause-
space between the sections for a reason.
Well, I just meant like we can give our thoughts on it first.
Oh, and then give a spoiler.
Be like,
run.
hey, what did you think of it?
Oh,
Like
we can start
we
doing
just
that.
talked
That's
about
fine.
we liked it,
I did. I thought
didn't
it was
like
great.
it, and then be like a rough description. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Before I started doing this rant,
Yeah.
and then we're like, all right, now spoilers.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, rough description. Basically,
Judy J.
thank you. Judy gets picked up by her boyfriend Jay, and Jay's like, hey, we're going to a party at this girl Angela.
Yep. Who
She's throwing us bash at the Whole House, which is this old funeral home.
Yeah, which is on a hill surrounded by a wall.
A wall. That's about
Important
it.
to the plot.
And they go there, and there's demons.
Well, they pick up. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Actually, we haven't
and
gotten to
besides Jay and Judy, there's a
Yeah.
couple other people. There's Roger,
that. Yep. Dressed as a pirate.
Stooge,
Dressed as a pig.
Helen,
Who is forgettable.
Franny, Max,
Franny Max. That's
Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Watch your muffin. Piper's going for it. Bob has a half-eaten muffin that's
On the
been sitting
table.
on the table for hours.
Well, because I slowly
Well, I
eat it
know.
throughout the course of the movie.
Bob eats like a very, very
I
tiny...
graze like a cow.
Well, I was going to say, sometimes you peck at things
Yeah.
like you're only 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Like
and,
just a tiny
and then other
little...
times I just shove it all the
little
way down
man.
my throat.
I
Like those grilled cheeses yesterday, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I devoured those. They were so
Hey,
good.
Beepus.
Hi, Peeper.
Anyways, and of course, they're partying at this funeral home.
Yep.
And they're like, let's do a... They call it something really weird.
They-
It's like a mirror seance.
Oh God. Yeah. Who was it?
It's not a normal thing.
No.
Franny says it.
Franny
but-
calls it something fucking strange.
But they all agree with it, and they're all like, yeah, I've heard of that before.
No. Raj goes, no way. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Raj says that. But basically, they do this weird mirror seance thing.
Yeah.
And of course, demons happen.
Yeah. Demons show
Like,
up.
what could go wrong? And, from there, it's the rest of the movie.
Yep.
And I think we're going to go into spoilers now.
Yeah.
So, if that sounds good, and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
these people have great opinions on stuff. that apparently cracked Bob up. If you're like, wow, these people have great opinions on stuff,
Because it's not a true.
go watch it now.
Maybe
before
Ben has good
we give
opinions.
well, yeah, but not on this show. Not on this show. I'm not. This is not formulated enough for me to give a nice critical analysis of films.
No.
But if you think you're gonna watch it, go watch it now before we give spoilers.
Yeah.
Or don't. We're
There's
about
some
to run
really,
through the
really
film.
funny, good stuff in this movie.
Yeah. So, Bob, you want to start with your how this movie starts? Describe that.
Fuck
'Cause
yeah.
It sets up the end of it.
Starts. We are met.
with Judy in her home, getting ready.
That's not how this starts.
Who-
You wanted to set up the end of the film.
Doesn't it go to Judy first and then it cuts to everybody else in the car?
No.
Does it start with people in the car?
Yeah, it starts because first, okay, Bob's not good at this, so I'm going to take over.
Well, yeah.
This
that's
is
why-
my show now.
No, that's why you normally do it. It's because
So-
I'm bad at this part.
This film starts very cool with just a very good animated
yeah,
intro
yeah,
credits.
yeah, yeah. I forgot. Yes, I forgot about this.
Now, these animated intro credits, I was surprised by how well done they were.
Dude, they looked really cool.
They're
They're super cool.
super stylized,
Oh yeah.
but it looks like they spent a good amount of money for them.
Oh, for sure. Like if I were to see that in a modern film, I would go, that looks good.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of the intro to... This is obviously not a horror movie. It is if you're a child, but for me, this was just my childhood movie. Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, like the intro with the song and everything?
Can I be honest? I've never seen it. You look so surprised that I
Really?
just said that. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, well, it's
I
not,
grew up
it's
with
not
it.
a horror movie, so.
Well, for children.
We're not watching A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Damn, I'd put it on here. That's our Christmas movie now.
That's our Christmas movie? Nightmare Before Christmas? Okay.
Oh. Sorry, that was a joke for the editor.
I want to kill you.
But it's really stylized. There's flying ghosts and stuff around.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of, in the intro of Nightmare Before Christmas, that movie's stop motion, but they essentially color shade in ghosts over it.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
that's just kind of what it reminded me of. Also, stylistically, the stuff is drawn in a
In
very
Nightmare Before Christmas style, yeah. In a similar
Tim
style.
Burton-esque
Yeah.
kind of style, which is, again, Tim Burton style is based on, it's very reminiscent of that early German expressionist movement of film, stuff that Nosferatu's in and stuff. But
Yeah.
the intro ends with a transition to, they show like this drawn picture of a pumpkin, and it transitions to a real
The
life
top of the
pumpkin
car.
on the top of the coolest looking car.
Yeah, dude, the coolest fucking car.
Now, it's a pretty shitty car.
It's a piece of shit. But if it was a piece of shit, it'd be my piece of shit.
Because they spray painted the shit out of the sides.
Oh, it's
of it.
covered in shit.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Unlike
The people
Stooges'
who-
hair.
Stooges' fucking stupid ass haircut.
It kind of looks like Stooges' hair.
Kinda.
Now, basically, this car is being driven by Helen.
Well, no, Stooge is driving it first.
No, Helen's driving it. Oh, you're right.
Stooge-
Stooge is driving the
Stooge
car.
is driving.
Who's this? He's this fat guy
Wearing a pig nose.
wearing a pig nose
Who is just incessantly horny.
who's incessantly horny. But
And a dick.
and a dick. But his biggest flaw is his haircut. Now, this man
It's
has
a really bad haircut. It's like
a mullet.
he has a
And
mullet.
I don't like mullets. I don't.
That's fine. You
I-
can not like mullets. Don't tell my dad, but yeah,
It's just,
it's bad.
it's a bad decision.
It's a mullet. You want to tell? You want to?
I was talking about mullets, but
Oh.
yeah, I'll talk about his mullet.
yeah.
Basically, it's a mullet, and then he shaved the sides of his head,
Yep.
except one side has basically lines, so horizontal lines.
Like stripes.
Like stripes that are dyed different colors.
Yep.
And then the other side has, what would that be? Like beak kind of things?
Yeah, I have no idea what you would call those.
They look like, if you ever
It's like a
seen-
zigzag kind of.
What's not a zigzag? It looks like an upside down triangle without the flat part.
Yeah.
It looks like, not bars, but you know on military uniforms when they have those?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They're not bars though. They're
I don't know what that's called.
they're like checks or something. Anyways, it's a very ugly haircut.
But
But
it's a pretty bad haircut.
he's driving the car and he just turns to Helen and he's like, "Take the wheel."
Take the wheel. Yeah. And then we see Raj climb
And Raj
out
is
of the
in
back
seat.
seat. Yeah.
And I'm going to establish this now because I'm going to reference it in a second. But,
Okay.
Raj is the only person of color in this film.
The only one
The only
that
one.
we see, I think, the entire movie.
The whole movie. There's not a lot of characters in this film,
No,
but there is some like background characters.
a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
But-
about to mention one right now.
Basically, they're driving by, and Stooge moons. Well, not moons, but he flashes his underpants, which are pumpkin underpants.
Orange with a pumpkin on the ass.
jack-o'-lantern.
Jack-o'-lantern on the ass of this old man carrying
This
his
old man.
groceries. Yeah.
He's not named. We
Nope.
checked in the credits.
It
He's
says
called
old man. And yeah.
and he's just like, "Fucking kids!"
Yeah, fucking pranksters.
They drive away,
Yeah.
and then we see a POV shot
Of someone watching the old man.
through like he's over the top of a car, and then he ducks down to hide behind the window.
Yeah, very Halloween-esque
Yeah.
POV stuff.
Halloween 2
Halloween 2, yeah.
at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Very
POV.
much like that.
A lot like that. But it POV's close to him, and then it jumps at the man, and it's Sal, another character.
Yep.
Sal's Italian.
The only
He's just very Italian, though.
he's aggressively Italian.
His
which
last
is
name
kind
is
of awesome.
He's Sal Romero.
Yep.
Which is a reference, I think, to George A. Romero.
Probably.
Because if this film was purposely supposed to be like Return of the Living Thing,
Yeah.
that's part of the Living Dead franchise, so
Mhm.
Romero movie. But he scares him with a rubber rat,
Rubber rat.
which not scary at all.
Not very.
I don't know why this man was
this
freaked
old
out.
man. Well, it's because he like wasn't looking and Sal got him
I
with it.
guess,
You know?
but it's so weird because it's just so. It
It's
feels
dumb.
like bad writing.
I mean, it kind of is, but it's whatever. Like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, a lot of this film's sometimes whatever.
Yeah. A lot of the before the demons show up is whatever.
Yeah, I just remembered.
What did you? Okay.
We'll get to it. But
Okay.
Sal scares him with the rubber rat and then runs away. And the old man, of course, is like,
Still
"Fuck
pissed
you!"
off. Yeah, I got pranked by some more kids.
Especially because when Sal jumps out at him,
He drops his
groceries.
everywhere. So now there's groceries all over the floor.
And he's picking them up, and he gets jump scared again by Judy.
Judy taps him on the shoulder trying to help him, and he's like, "Fuck you, go away. I don't need your goddamn help."
And she's like, "I'm just trying to help you," and he's just like, "You fucking whore."
Yeah, he literally calls her "you little whore."
Yeah,
like, oh my
He's
god,
like, "You little whore. I hope you rot in hell." He's really mean.
he's super mean. Yeah,
He goes from like understandably just like startled and annoyed to like just purposely like mean. And then she's like, "Fine, I guess I won't help you," and she walks away. And he's just like, "Yeah, I'll show them, kids." He picks up an apple and a box of razor blades.
second movie that we've watched
Second
that has a
movie.
fucking reference to apples and razor blades for
That-
Halloween.
Obviously, that's a big urban legend here in the States.
Yeah,
Because Halloween
must have
really
come from
isn't-
the '80s, bro. Because both the movies we watched from the
late
'80s
late
had it.
70s must have been the start of that as
Yeah.
a thing. It's not real.
No,
No.
you couldn't do it. It's insane to think that you could stick razor blades in candy.
I mean, you theoretically
You
can
could,
stick
but it's
razor
a
blades
bit
in
ridiculous.
candy, but it is redonkulous. But I think
Yeah.
it's just funny that it happens. Like they reference it and they're giving it a nod of like this is absurd,
Yeah.
obviously.
Exactly, which is super funny.
But then it cuts to
Judy's house.
Judy's getting ready.
Yep. Oh god.
One of the weirdest scenes in the movie is
yeah,
she is on the phone with her boyfriend
Jay.
Jay. Well,
coming to
the
get her.
person she's going out on a date with.
On a
Jay.
date with, yeah, Jay.
It seems like it might be a first date for them. And she's getting changed. She's basically just wearing a skirt,
Yeah, she's taken her underwear off and has put a skirt on.
which is, I pointed out to Bob, a weird decision because even in the maybe minute of screen time she's had
Yeah.
so far, she's been established as a very, like, I guess innocent character.
Yeah.
And it's just she's not wearing undergarments with her dress.
Which is weird considering the way she's portrayed throughout the rest of the
Yeah,
movie.
it just felt like they wanted to, she flashes the
The camera
the
with her
camera
full ass.
with her ass, and it feels like she took them off to do that, but then she didn't put them back on, and that's a continuity thing.
Yeah.
That seems like I was caught up with it during the film
He
because it struck out to me as weird.
Yeah.
But anyways, she's just in a bra,
Yep. In a skirt.
and it's a see-through bra,
Yes.
which I only mention because what happens, Bob?
Well, she opens her closet to get clothes, of course, to put
Yes.
them on. And you know who's hiding in her fucking closet?
Who, Bob?
Her little brother wearing a fucking rubber mask who scares the piss out of her.
And does he say anything interesting?
I don't remember the line, actually.
Bodacious?
Oh, yeah, he talks about how fucking big her boobs are. I think he calls them bodacious boobies.
Yep.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah. He
Weird.
talks about her boobies a lot.
Well, yeah, he's not in this movie.
He's not.
At
But
all,
in
except
almost
for the beginning.
every scene he's in,
He talks about her boobs.
he's talking them up.
Yep. So he scares the shit out of her, and then dude goes and
And then he goes outside
yeah,
and he sees Sal, the Italian guy,
yeah,
who is hanging out around her house because apparently they
went on a date,
went on a date a while
and he
ago.
wants to get back with her, and she's not having it
Not having it, I don't know about that. She's
Well-
currently going out on a date with
with somebody else.
someone else.
And Sal's like, "Hey, do you know where your sister's going?" Well, actually, sorry. Kid's like, Sal asks where she is, and he's like, Billy's like, she's going on a fucking date with some guy. They're going to Hull House, is what it's called. The funeral
Hull
parlor.
House, yeah.
It's called the Hull House. And he's like, your fucking sister will be caught dead in that place. And
That
Billy's
shithole,
like,
I think
that
is his
shithole, yeah.
actual wording.
And he's like, well, that's where she's fucking going, asshole. Actually, I forgot. The kid bribed him. Kid was like, give me some money.
And then, yeah, Val's like, Val tries to, before, the kid told her
yeah,
where
they were going.
where Judy's going, Val had to bribe him. And he starts with a quarter.
Ends up with a
And the
dollar.
kid's like, do you think I'd betray my sister for a quarter? Pulls out a dollar. He's like, all right.
they're going to the
Full
Hull
House.
House.
Which, again, that's spelled
ULL.
H-U-L-L, which,
Like
hell.
a ship's hull.
Well, I was
Oh.
going to say, it's
I didn't
hell,
even think
and then
about
they just
that.
changed one letter.
I didn't even catch that.
I didn't think
Interesting.
about that till right now, but
Yeah.
it seems pretty obvious. Then they go back inside.
Yep.
Val leaves to go to the
Yeah,
whole
Sal
house.
fucks off.
I don't know how he gets there.
Probably drives his own
Well,
car.
yeah, but we don't see his car. We don't see him get there.
Yeah.
I'm just
He just shows up. I don't
mentioning
know.
it. They go back inside.
Jay shows up.
Jay shows up. The brother makes more comments about her boobs.
Yeah, the brother's like talking to Jay with his sister not there, and is like something her bodacious cha-chas or her big cha-chas or something.
This is the last scene the brother's in. He makes a comment about her boobs here
and upstairs.
I think he made it to Sal during his interaction with Sal. It just seems weird, and Bob mentioned it during the film that we were coming off of Blood Rage a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
That was also incesty, and he was like, "Wow, we've watched a couple incesty films already."
Yep.
It was just weird.
It's weird, man.
It's weird.
It's weird. That's
kind of funny, but it's weird.
It is funny. And we also talked about this. The kid is not a bad actor.
No, that was the weirdest part about this. The kid is one of the better actors in this film.
He's better than what, Max? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, that delivery, some of that shit later is so bad.
But the kid's a pretty good actor, and it's really odd because his dialogue is not written well.
It's not very good.
And his directions are also not very well.
But you can tell the kid's trying so hard.
But you can tell he's trying. And I was fairly impressed with him.
Same.
He's only in this for a very little bit.
Yeah, he's just at the beginning of the movie right here. Then once they leave, we don't see him again.
His parts only stand out because they're so egregiously done.
Yeah.
But I thought he did a good job. For a child actor, too, that's pretty good.
Kid's probably like 14.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But anyways, Judy and Jay then go to the thing.
They get in the car.
And they go pick up
Max?
Max and I think it's Franny.
It is Franny, yeah.
And I think this is where we should say it's a Halloween party.
It is a Halloween party.
So
everybody's
Judy
in
is
costume.
dressed as... Not everyone. Judy is dressed as Alice from Alice in Wonderland, which I don't... You said you didn't realize.
I didn't catch that, yeah. I didn't know who it was. It just looked generic
I think,
enough.
Yeah, it's a pretty generic style costume. You know, the blue dress, the white bib. She makes a comment that Jay doesn't dress up.
Jay does not dress up.
And this is kind of your first hint that Jay is a sleazeball.
Yeah.
Because he just kind of sucks. It's a Halloween party. He told her he was going to dress up.
Yep, and he didn't.
And then he just doesn't.
Yep.
And also, immediately after picking her up, he just starts trying to make out with her in front of her mom.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, don't do that.
She's kind of uncomfortable. She tells him no. They go outside, and then he immediately tries to do it again.
And she's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, they make out a little bit, but then she's like, we need to go.
Yeah. There's some signs early on.
Yeah.
Which... They're not really obvious when you're watching at the beginning.
No.
But having seen the whole film, I'm like, oh, yeah, that sticks out.
Yeah.
But they go pick up Max and Franny, and Max is
a doctor. Right?
Doctor.
He's in scrubs.
He's in scrubs. So he's not...
I guess
he
kind
of looks like a nurse.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what Franny is, by the way.
Really? She's
Yeah.
Peter Pan.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes
she's
so much
Franny.
more. I could not catch that.
Franny. Peter Pan. I don't know. I combine Peter Pan with Franny. Franny. No, she's Peter Pan.
I didn't catch that.
I
That
liked
makes
her
sense.
costume.
I did too.
Nice Peter Pan costume.
Yep.
But they start driving to the place, and we cut back to Stooge, the Stooge-mobile.
The Stooge
I
mobile.
assume that's his car.
I mean, he better call it that. Damn it.
And Helen's still driving.
Well, Helen's driving because, Stooge had to
They
flash the old
switched.
man with his ass.
Yeah, that's very important stuff going on.
Yeah, super duper important.
And they're arguing over directions. As Stooge, he makes this point that Angie
Yeah.
is known, apparently in this friend group or at the school.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell if they're actually friends.
I think
think
there
it
was a
might
comment
be-
super early on where Jay mentions that Angie invited him, and Judy's like, that fucking freak in
Yeah.
my chemistry class or whatever. Like, blah, blah, blah. I think they aren't friends. They're just all in the same grade, and they all just kind of got invited to this thing.
Yeah, it feels like they're kind of just acquaintances.
Yeah, they know of each other from school, but other than that, they're not
But,
really friends.
closer than just strangers.
Some of them are friends though, like Max, Franny, and Jay
Yeah.
and Judy are all friends,
It's just the group seems somewhat odd.
which I like. So very similar to Return of the Living Dead. It's just kind of throwing a bunch of people in a room and seeing what happens, which
they're
is
all
awesome.
High schoolers.
Yeah,
They don't look it, but they're all high schoolers.
they're all high schoolers, and they're all very different.
Yeah.
which is super cool.
But I think during this scene, Stooge mentions it that Annie's into the occult. Angie is.
Yep. Yeah, Angie is.
It doesn't come up, but she's kind of like the witchy kid.
Yeah, basically.
Which I think is a fun little note about why she's throwing this in a funeral home.
Yeah, that is abandoned, and no one goes there.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's mega haunted.
I'm sure she just thought that was really cool.
I mean, yeah. Kids
Kind
do
of
that
like
shit
how
all the time.
Trash has that weird thing with
The graveyard.
yeah, where it excites her.
Yep.
Even though once push comes to shove, she's really not into it.
Yep.
Trash from Return of the Living Dead. But they're arguing over directions, Stooge and Helen.
Yep.
And Stooge grabs the wheel like a maniac and pulls
Dude.
hard right. And there is this really cool car stunt
The drift in this is awesome.
where they spin the car out.
Yeah.
Did you notice it was multiple takes
Yeah.
from different angles?
I could tell, but it still looked cool.
Looks cool.
So I didn't care.
And basically, I think this is where they cuts them picking up Franny and Max.
Yeah, it does.
Because when it cuts back to them,
Back to the Stooge mobile. After
back
this
to the Stooge-mobile,
spin out.
they're pulled up on the side of the road, their tire busted open.
And Helen's like, God damn you, Stooge. And Stooge is like, yeah, I told you I had a spare, but I never said I had a fucking tire iron. which is such a stupid, ridiculous situation to be in. Like, you have the tire, no tire iron.
Yeah.
Like, oh my fucking god.
I assume
Come
he
on.
probably used it to bash something and left
Oh,
it there.
probably.
But they see a car coming.
Yep.
And it's, of course, Jay in his car and all of them.
Yep.
And they pull over, and the window comes down, and Max is like, hey, you guys need
Help?
help?
And they're like, yeah, of course.
Roger's
blah, blah,
like, yeah.
blah. They all give them the finger and drive away.
No. He's like, what happens is Max is like, hey, you guys need a hand? And Roger's
Oh,
like, oh,
yeah.
yeah, thanks. And he's like, yeah. And he starts clapping.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. And then they give them the finger and drive
Then they
away.
give him the finger and drive away. You laughed pretty hard at that.
It was
It was funny.
It was good. This movie had some really good jokes.
Yeah, good jokes, a good level of humor,
Yeah,
bad dialogue.
some of it.
You-
Some of it is pretty good.
We're
The
gonna
jokes
get-
are good.
We're gonna get to it. Good
Yeah.
practical stuff.
Oh, dude, some
The
of the
s-
practicals in this movie are fucking sick,
Set
nasty.
design's okay.
It's okay.
Not-
Some of the creative choices with the lights are really good.
Lighting stuff is great. The set is just the house.
It's just the house itself. Yeah,
It's done up.
it's okay. Some of the angles are cool that we get,
Yeah.
like the angle with the glass and stuff.
No, decent cinematography, lighting, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think some of the other effects, but we'll get to it. But like the floating and stuff looks pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how well on track we're staying with this film. It's coming back to me.
It's coming back to me too.
I know that's another side, but still. At this point, we focus on Jay, Judy, Franny, and Max. They get to the house.
Yep, they roll up.
They roll up. I don't think we see them actually enter the house in the car.
No, we don't, because it doesn't cut to
see
them.
the
It cuts
house
to
From
Angie,
the outside as they drive in.
and then Angie and Suzanne inside as they're
Yeah.
setting up.
Now, one of the things we've missed here is we've already been introduced to Angie and Suzanne.
Oh, yep.
See, Bob's
I
remembering
forgot
it now.
that fucking part. Yeah, this part was funny.
We see,
This happens between them arriving at the party and everyone else leaving.
yeah, at some point, it just cuts to a woman bending over.
Like full ass panties like hanging up.
I remember why this seems startling. It's right after, I think, the four of them drive away,
Yeah.
and Stooge drops a hard F.
Oh
Slur.
yeah. He calls. Was he called Raj? No, he might have called it. He might have said it to Max.
I think he calls Max a slur for
Yeah,
gay people.
the F slur. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it cuts to ass.
Then it cuts to Linnea Quigley's character, Suzanne, just bent over, just showing her underpants.
Yep.
To these two clerks at a,
I guess it would be a convenience
I think
store.
it's a convenience store.
Yeah.
That must be close to the whole house.
Yeah.
And it's a really funny scene.
Oh, it's so funny.
Because you just get to see Angela robbing the store blind.
In the background, just like walking around with a big sack, just filling it with stuff.
It's like an extra large grocery bag size
Dude,
sack.
it was big.
And she eventually wraps it up and then holds it to her chest like a baby.
Yep.
And walks out.
Mm-hmm. Basically, just using her ass as a distraction to steal from this place.
Smart.
It worked. She got everything she needed.
Very realistic because 80s convenience store workers, that's
Yeah.
about their level of care. At this point, the four people, Judy,
Yeah.
Jay, Max, and Franny arrive at the house. And
Angela and Suzanne are already there.
Angela's
Setting
setting
up.
I assume we're already there. We don't see him yet. They're inside.
Yeah.
Now, before everyone goes in, I think there's an interesting scene where we see Max just crouching against the wall.
Oh,
And he's like, there's an old legend about this place.
Oh,
And he has a stethoscope pressed to the bricks.
the bricks like on the wall that surrounds the whole house.
And he lets Judy try it. And she's like, oh, I hear running water. Now, I think this is odd because we as the audience don't hear this.
Yeah.
It just seems a little bit odd that we don't hear it.
The water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
they
when
could've just added
when
it.
Judy stethoscoped,
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna hear it. We don't, and that's just the things you expect and you don't see stand out.
It's
to
just
you.
small shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little small shit, but yeah. So apparently, the wall surrounding the house is built over
Underground stream.
an underground stream that goes around the property.
Yep.
And Bob said it first, but the movie does say it that I must keep the ghosts in.
Yeah, demons and spirits aren't allowed to cross running water. That's where the whole vampires can't cross running water thing comes from.
Yep. Because I don't know if you knew this, original old school vampires are more like spirits
Yeah.
than actual
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
That's why they're able to transform into wolves and bats and stuff like that. It's because they're not.
Not humans.
Yeah, they're not just corpses.
Yeah.
It's very much them being corpses is like a Dracula thing.
Mm-hmm. But basically, what they're getting at is, if there are demons or ghosts on this property, they are trapped here.
They're trapped in and they can't get over the wall.
Can't get over the wall.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Subtlety. But they go inside and they see Angela and Suzanne.
Yep. Set it
Not
up.
right away.
Well,
They get there
see-
after them, actually.
No, because they go in and then Angela's behind the door because she shuts it on them, remember? Scares them. Remember, they go in and Suzanne's in there and they're like, where's Angela? And then Jay and everybody else, Stooge and Helen and Raj show up after them. And then Helen's behind the door. Or not Helen, Angela's behind the door and she shuts it on them.
Oh, I guess that's
And
true.
scares all of them.
I was going to say, they go inside and they're like, oh, let's hide from everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They do that.
And Jay tries to hide in a coffin, and the coffin lid pops open, and Sal's in there.
Oh, yeah. God, I forgot about that.
And they yell at Sal, and Jay's like, but who invited him?
Yeah.
And then Angela pops up. And
From
she's
behind
like,
the door. Yeah, it
"No
was
one."
me.
Well,
oh,
she's
wait.
like, no one invited him.
Oh, I guess he just showed up,
'Cause,
huh?
yeah, no one did invite him.
I forgot.
He
Yeah.
just showed up. Yeah, but then it cuts to, there's nothing else important. It cuts to a party scene.
Yeah, they're hanging out.
Suzanne's carrying a boombox.
Yep.
It's a rad boombox.
It is a pretty rad boombox.
It's a small one, but it's just covered in stickers, and it's
Yep.
a nice little touch. She's dancing. Every guy in the room is watching her.
Jay is like staring her down.
I think
It's-
the best one
is
is
Sal. Oh my
is
God.
standing against the wall watching her, and he is like catatonic.
Yeah, he's smoking a cig and has a beer in his hand. And Stooge and somebody else, I guess probably Raj,
Stooge walks up to him with Raj, and they're carrying a cooler.
a big ass cooler. It's probably really heavy,
And
full of
Stooge is
ice and
like,
beer.
Where do you want me to put this? No response.
Nothing. And he puts his hands in front of his face, waiting for Raj. Nothing. And then Jay walks up and goes, "Fucking stick it over there."
And then he looks forward.
And they're both perplexed by Suzanne's
And
ass.
Stooge's just like, what? And then they point.
Yeah.
Basically, they're all watching. She's not doing anything. She's just kind of shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
She's not doing much.
No.
Like, it's not a sensual dance or anything.
Mm-mm.
I just thought it was very funny.
It was very
Apparently,
funny.
she's egregiously hot in this movie.
Apparently.
But they're dancing. There's just some setup stuff.
Yeah.
And-
The light. This is something that we should bring up. They have like, I guess it's like an EDM light?
Helen brought a strobe light.
Strobe light. That's what I was trying to think
Yeah,
of.
and-
It's just like a white strobe light that just flashes the whole time while they're dancing.
She's like, yeah, I brought this strobe light from home.
That was really
I found it. It used to be my mom's when she was an acid head.
Yeah.
It's a funny little explanation for how she got a strobe light.
Yeah.
Very, very 80s.
Very, very funny.
But it's at this point, Franny's like, we should.
Well, what happens is the fucking boombox dies.
Yeah,
And the
boombox
strobe light
dies.
goes out for no reason.
And the strobe light goes out for no reason. And
they don't have anything to
Franny's
do.
Just like, well, maybe we should play.
Party games. I think
Party
she says it's
games.
time for party games.
And she's like, again, I forget what it's called. It's like,
Dude, they say, I think she might call it like a dead seance or something. Or
I
like,
thought it was a mirror seance.
no, they do say they need a mirror, but
I thought it had mirror in the name.
I don't know. But it's something weird.
Because they're not communicating with the dead. The idea is to see like the mirror image of their future selves.
Yeah.
Or no, the mirror image of their past lives, I think.
Yes, that's what it was. What did you call it? Past seance? I don't remember.
Past seance might be right.
I don't remember.
Anyways, they're like, oh, we should find a mirror. Anyways, they hear a sound in the next room.
Yeah. And then
And Stooge is like, let's check it out.
and Raj is like, absolutely fucking not.
And so, of course, Stooge, being an asshole, throws him through
Yep.
the door.
There's
and then Stooge
silence.
follows it in, and there's silence. And then you see Raj stumble out like
Like
freaked
he's seen
out.
a ghost. He's fucking like freaked.
I don't think he saw anything, or at least they don't tell us he saw.
They don't
anything.
tell us he saw anything.
But Stooge comes out and he's like, "Oh, you gotta see this.
Yeah.
It's nothing interesting. It's just
It's
a giant
mirror, which they were just talking about looking for one.
So everyone sits down in front of it, except Raj, who is turned away,
Looking at the fire
poking at the fireplace
instead of looking at the
because
mirror.
he doesn't want a part of this.
Because he's already been set up. Raj was raised by a preacher and does not fuck with demons
Yeah.
and or ghosts.
His
he knows
dad-
it is a bad idea.
his dad, and it's implied that he's dead. His dad,
Is it?
yeah, because he goes, my dad was a preacher.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Okay.
little thing,
Small
but
stuff.
he doesn't fuck with ghosts, and I
He
think
does not.
the second he hears like a noise, he's already starting to get freaked out.
Yep. He is the only sensible character in
also-
this entire goddamn movie.
Like he's just like, no seances, that's not me.
Yep.
So they're all doing it. He's just poking in the fire, not even looking at the mirror.
No, he like refuses to look at the mirror.
But they do their seance stuff, and right as everyone looks away from the mirror,
Everyone except for Helen. Or is it Judy?
it's Helen.
It is Helen. That's what I
The
thought.
mirror darkens. Helen looks back at it,
Yep.
and
It's a
while everyone was looking away,
Yeah.
a dragon appeared in it.
crazy looking like
Just the face of the dragon.
a dragon looking thing. It looks really cool.
It's super cool looking. Practical effect.
Oh yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's a cool practical effect.
It looks
it's just,
really rad.
It's just the dragon's head.
Yeah, and it like yells at her, and then it cuts to
And Helen looks back in the mirror, and then there's a jump shot of just a fucked up version of Helen's face slamming against the mirror.
into something.
And she just screams. Everyone's like, "What's going on?"
Yep.
And then the mirror falls forward at
It
them.
shatters.
Very slowly. I'd like to point that out. It falls very slowly.
Yeah, and they all back up so they don't get hit by it.
It looks lame.
It does look lame, but I feel like if they had done it faster, someone would have gotten hit by the mirror on the way down.
That's why they did it. But it
Yeah.
it looks weirdly slow.
It
I
is
guess
weirdly
my
slow.
point. But they all go back into the main room where the party was.
Yep.
And
I think this is where we cut to the basement.
yeah, it cuts to the basement. It goes into this room that has this big metal door. I took one look at it. I was like, that is the crematorium room. Because
Yep.
the thing with the big metal doors,
The oven.
I don't know what that's called, like a cremation machine?
I have no
The
clue. dude.
furnace?
A furnace? Yeah, furnace is
Probably a
pretty good.
furnace. Basically, it's a POV shot.
Yeah.
Something zooms away from the furnace.
Like
Down
comes
the
out
hall.
of it. Yeah.
You can hear breathing.
And you can hear the doors open and close as it
Yeah.
goes. And there's no like hand. They just does it on its own. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
they
like,
just
opening
open.
and closing.
And whatever this POV thing is flies into the room. And everyone's kind of standing in a circle.
Yeah, talking.
Talking about kind of what happened.
Yeah.
And it looks at all of them.
So what's really cool is that no one notices it.
Yeah, and no one can see it or notice it.
And then
they mention a
somebody,
bad smell.
Somebody says bad smell, and then someone says there are chills now.
Yeah.
Chills and bad
Jay
smells.
says Jay says the chills.
Yeah.
Someone else says bad smell.
All telltale signs of a demon. Smells
They-
like rotten eggs, cold.
They don't mention that yet.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying for the audience.
for
That's
the
what
audience,
that is. Yeah.
it flies towards Suzanne, and then it cuts to a different shot.
And
So it's not POV anymore. And we get to see like a green fog go into her mouth.
Yep.
And from that moment on, her demeanor switches.
Yeah, she's very, very different from that point on.
And then they're still discussing, and it's Angela who brings it up that like
Yeah.
she starts to freak out
Yeah.
because she's into occultism, and she's like, these
That
are
is
all signs of
not
a
good.
demon.
Yep.
And of course, at this point, Roger's like, I'm going home. Fuck you guys.
Is it now or no? Because I thought they looked at the there's that cool mirror shot first before Raj leaves of the broken
That happens
glass.
right after the mirror broke.
Yeah, but we kind of skipped over it. But
Oh.
I do want to
You wanna
discuss
mention
it
it?
at least. Yeah. So there's this. I don't know how they did it, and you mentioned it in the recording, but we don't know how they did it. But there's this really cool angle where you can actually it's looking at all the broken glass from the mirror, and you can see the entire cast.
You can see the entire
standing
cast
in it, like broken up in the pieces. It's
And
a really,
so
really
each
cool
piece has like part of a different person in it.
Yeah.
It's really cool, but you can't see the camera.
Yep.
Which means it's not a top-down shot.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be from an angle.
Yeah.
I assume from the opposite side of where the people are standing.
Yep.
Meaning, I think you'd have to flip the footage upside down.
Probably. I have no idea. But I just wanted to mention it because that is a cool cinematography thing that I really like.
Yeah, it's a well-done shot.
Yeah. Also, from this point on, for a while, Suzanne is just walking around with a giant piece of the mirror in her hand, like a huge shard of glass.
Yeah, not cutting herself, though. It
No.
doesn't look sharp.
It doesn't look sharp. She's just holding it. She's
Yeah.
just holding it.
Well, she was using it as a hand mirror. I think that
Yeah.
was even before she was possessed. She was looking at it as a hand
Yeah.
mirror. But Roger's like, I'm getting the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
Roger's like, fuck this shit.
And Helen's like, I'm
Me
going
too.
with him.
Yeah, I'm out.
And Suzanne's like, all right, fuck you. Possess Suzanne.
Yeah.
Demon Suzanne. You
can
can really
leave
only
if you
tell
want.
from her attitude. And she's like, Angela, give him your keys.
Yeah.
And Angela's like, what? And Suzanne's, of course, like, this is your party. You're fucking staying.
Yep.
And so Roger and Helen leave. And at this point, the group starts to split up.
Yep.
Max and Franny
Go upstairs.
go upstairs alongside Jay and
Judy.
And it's very intent that they're all going to have sex somewhere in the house.
Yes.
Suzanne starts to leave the room, and she's basically like, I need someone to accompany me. Again, also implied
Because
sexy
she's going to the
time.
bathroom.
Because she's going to the bathroom.
So Stooge is like, you know what? I have to pee too. Fuck it. I'll go along.
No.
He does say that.
Sal is like, oh, do you need company?
Oh.
And Suzanne's like, yeah, why don't you come with me, Stooge? And Sal's like, wait, what? And she's
Yeah.
like, I'm feeling like pork tonight.
Yeah, so at first it's because she has to pee. Like, she's
Mhm.
under that implication. But then it very quickly becomes, I'm going to go have sex with Stooge somewhere.
Yeah.
Which is a little weird.
Which that should have been the first indication.
That she was
Someone's
not
into
okay.
Stooge.
Yeah. Ugh.
So that leaves Angela and Sal, where it would, except Suzanne walks over to Sal
Yeah.
Angela before she leaves and
Kisses her.
Kisses her
For a
long
long
time. And Angela's really uncomfortable. Her eyes are open the whole time.
Yep.
But it's very clearly she's transferring some demon stuff over to
Oh, yeah,
Angela.
for sure. You can the music and everything cues like
You can
she's
tell.
being possessed.
Well, the fire flares.
Oh, that too.
Which is the same thing that happens when Suzanne was possessed. But everyone splits up. I think it jumps back to Roger at this point and Helen.
Oh, yeah, they're outside going along the wall.
They're just banging on the wall because apparently, like, we can't find the gate.
Apparently the gate has gone missing, which is something is insane. But we'll talk about why later.
And Roger's just like, no, it should be over here.
Like, if we follow the wall, we'll hit it eventually.
Yeah.
We have to.
And when he's saying that, it just focuses on him.
Yep.
And when it unfocuses on him, Helen's gone.
Helen is completely gone.
And
so
Roger
then he doesn't know what to do.
freaks out.
Goes to the car
So
to
he-
his keys.
Yeah, he runs to Angela's car, and he just he opens the door, rolls up the windows, kind of
He
hunkers
takes off
down.
like his like pirate bandana,
Yeah, because he's dressed as a pirate. He
and
just
then
hunkers in the corner.
hunkers him down in the car for a while.
I love Roger.
I do too.
He's great.
Him and Sal are my two favorite characters
And-
for sure.
I'm going to mention this now because we're starting to get to this point in the movie. I thought Roger would die first.
Yeah, you kept saying it, and I was like, I don't
And
know.
I'm counting the possessions here as deaths,
Yeah, for sure.
honestly.
Because
basically.
they die at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
But I thought he'd die first because
Same.
that's a trope in horror movies.
It is a trope, and this movie is from the 80s.
Now, that trope isn't as synonymous as you think it is.
I see.
There's more people saying it than it actually being a thing.
Sure, but there are definitely cases of it happening.
Definitely cases of it happening, especially in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was just surprised, especially because he's the only person of color in this film.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
actually,
guess technically not.
Franny.
Franny's
Franny's
Asian.
some kind of Asian, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he didn't die first, and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But it cuts to everyone in the house.
Yep.
There are
I
a
think
couple
it starts
things
with Jay and Judy upstairs, right?
Yeah, there's a couple things that happen here. So it cuts to Jay, Judy, Max,
and Franny.
And Franny. They're all upstairs together, and Jay's trying to shoo away Max and Franny.
Yeah, so they can have sex.
Max and Franny leave, and this is where we get revealed that Jay's a shithead.
Oh, Jay's such an asshole.
Because he starts making out with Judy
Yeah, they're like laying on like some
on some table. This is a mortuary home.
Yeah.
So that's probably a
I
gurney
think it's like a
for
medical table or
bodies.
something.
Yeah, not sexy at all.
No. Why? I don't know why people will try and bang in this place. It's not a horny place.
I guess when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, yeah.
But he's making out with her. He's very pushy because she tells
Super
him to
pushy.
stop, and he's like, "Well, come on, Judy." And basically, he starts being like, "Well, I know about you and Sal."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What?" It's like, "Well, you went out on. You guys used to go out." And Judy's like, "Yeah, it was one date."
We went on one single date.
And he's like, "Well, yeah." And Judy's like, "But are you trying to say I had sex with him?"
Basically,
And it comes
God.
out that he basically only went on this date with her.
to try and have sex
try
because
and have
he
sex
thinks
with
that
them.
she has sex on the first date because a rumor got out that her and Sal had sex on
Yeah.
the first date, which is
Um,
super shitty.
It's unconfirmed if she does though.
Yeah, she doesn't answer the question. She says, "Why you can't ask me something like that?
Well,
That's
she-
none of your business."
He
basically.
goes, "Are you telling me you didn't?" And she
Yeah.
pauses. And she's like, "Well, that's none of your business."
Because it is. It is none of
It's
his
not.
business.
It seems to be implied that she might have though.
Yeah, which is
mean,
makes
it's
sense
fine.
later.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. I like
So
Sal.
then-
I'll say this now. Wasn't liking Sal.
No,
at
you
this
didn't like
point.
Sal at the beginning, and I was
Well-
like, I like Sal
He comes off immediately
as an asshole.
like the character that Jay ends up being revealed as.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of this nice switch up, I think.
Yeah.
But
Jay gets up
Jay gets up.
because he's like, "Well, I'm not having sex with you, so I'm fucking leaving to go have sex
Fuck
with
you.
someone else if I can."
Yeah, and he leaves the room,
Shuts the door
shuts
behind
the
him.
door, and of course Judy gets locked in this room.
Yeah, Judy cannot leave this room. She's like stuck.
And back to
I don't know where we go next. Oh, Angela.
well, before that, Suzanne and Stooge find the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And Suzanne goes in first.
Suzanne, yeah, she basically goes ladies before men and shuts the door first and locks it so she
Yeah.
can go first. Even
And-
though Stooge, for the past 5 minutes, has been like, "I have to pee
I'm gonna
so bad,
piss myself.
like I'm going to piss my pants. Hurry up."
And so there's this scene with Suzanne in front of the mirror, and her
Oh,
face like
God.
rots and stuff. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
It is really cool,
But
revealing her true demon form. Because this is the
Eventually-
first time we actually see her like transform into a demon at all.
yeah, it's the first time we see anything like that.
yeah. We know she's possessed because we saw the smoke and her change in like attitude and stuff.
But that's the first time we see any type of actual proof. I
Yeah.
guess is the word. But it cuts back to Stooge, and there's a noise from inside.
Yep.
And he opens the door and goes in.
He like kicks it down because he says, "I'm coming in."
Yeah, because there's
I guess
a noise.
he assumes something happened to her.
He assumes something happened, but also he has to pee.
yeah,
I
oh God, if I had to
understand.
pee that bad.
That's the most reasonable thing Stooge does all movie. I'm being honest.
That's true.
But, he gets down there.
Suzanne's gone,
Well, he goes in. Suzanne's gone. He's like, what the fuck?
so he
Leaves. So he leaves.
Now we're to
Now
Angela
we cut
and
back to Angela
Sal.
and Sal. And basically Angela starts dancing.
Yeah, so this is what we talked about in the pre-movie, but like this is like the ballerina scene. Like this is like the pre-planned choreographed scene.
And this is the scene where from my understanding, they gave her some music and they were like, just dance.
Yep.
It's very impressive.
It is dude. She has to be a contortionist or something.
She's very well trained. She's very flexible.
Some of the way she moves her body is actually like unsettling, but it's so cool.
It's just impressive.
It's cool. Like it's just
It's impressive. Her dress is very flowy, and
Yeah.
she has a veil, and she's just flipping it all over herself.
And the way she spins and it causes the dress to flow, it just looks really good.
There's a fire, so like sometimes parts of her dress are see-through.
Yep.
So you can see like her legs and stuff better.
Yep.
It's very well done.
Very well choreographed.
I will
dance
say it does not match the music they use because apparently it's different music
than what she danced to.
than what she danced to.
But it still looks good. And sound, I think
it looks good.
matches it enough. I mean,
It matches it okay.
Yeah.
Just not.
I guess we didn't start with it, but she starts dancing, and Sal's in the room, and then the jukebox kicks on. The boombox
Yeah,
kicks on.
she starts lightly dancing. She's
Lightly
kind of
dancing.
moving side to side, like she's having weird possession stuff going on.
Yeah.
Jukebox kicks in. That's when she actually starts dancing.
Yeah.
Halfway through her dance, the strobe light
The strobe light
on,
kicks in, which I was fucking terrified
Which
of.
at that point, Sal gets freaked out and he leaves.
Well, no. Stooge shows back up in the strobe light.
That's after. Sal fucking leaves first.
No, because he appears behind him
Oh, yeah, in the strobe lights.
in the
Stooge
strobe
shows
light,
up.
and then Sal leaves.
Then Sal leaves, yeah.
because he's like, I'm going to go fucking...
It freaks him out. He's going to find everyone else.
He's going to I'm going to go see everybody else.
You're right. What I will say about this dance, and I mentioned it during the movie, because it's one of those things that stands out to me. Her outfit, Angela's outfit in this, is very revealing, essentially.
is.
Yeah, like the front part of her dress
Is fishnet.
is mostly fishnet.
So you can almost
So
see her boobs.
You can almost see her nipples, essentially.
Yeah.
Like there's a very, very big V all the way down to her waist.
Mhm.
That's all fishnet. I will say, with the shadow in this film, I couldn't tell if it was fishnet or a pattern for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is that? For a good 10 minutes. Because it was just bugging me.
Yeah.
And then her dress, which is black, and you can't see through it most of the time. When there's lighting in the background, super see-through.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just wearing, I think, high heels and then a garter belt
Yeah.
and panties.
And multiple times during the dance, she lifts her whole dress up.
Yeah, like over her head. So she's
Yeah.
just showing off her legs and stuff. So very sexual outfit. The dance is relatively sexual, but it didn't feel like that way.
No, it didn't at all.
Like her outfit and the dress together, to me, didn't feel, I guess the word would be erotic.
No, not at all. I understand what you mean.
It just felt like dancing. Like, to me, her outfit felt more like ballerina's, what is that, tights?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
And what's that?
Leotard.
It just felt like a leotard kind of thing.
Yeah,
just
same.
like a leotard with a long skirt.
Very much reminded me of, it's a Sunny reference. Mac finds this part, the dance in that.
Yeah.
That is very, they don't have a lot of clothes on during that dance, but it's not sexual in any way. It's very much about the aesthetic. And
Yeah, it just felt like aesthetically like
Yeah,
that.
mhm.
But I thought that was just a weird way it came off because
I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
But it was very much, I think, intentioned to be sexual.
Really?
Well, the dress and...
Well, I know, but do you not? Can I be real? I think it meant it not to be the way. Like I think that this is hard to explain. I think that because of how hypersexualized Suzanne has been throughout this entire movie, they wanted a foil, if that makes sense.
I guess.
Because Suzanne is like,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah.
But with Angela, it's very different. It's just very, very different. And I
It's
like
a lot
it.
more gothic.
Sure, that's fair.
But what I meant is her dance scene when she's possessed, she goes from a lot more reserved and gothic kind of style dress, besides the fishnet,
Yeah,
to a more sexualized version of herself. Like her dress becomes see-through.
because of the fire.
She's
and stuff.
taken off her veil and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess what I was trying to say, it seems like the intent of like the director was to like, this is her. She's a demon. She has lowered inhibitions, so she's sexier. But it just didn't come off that way, and I think it was the dancing.
Yeah.
Like her dancing's so well done and so professional. It feels more like it's a proper
performance or
performance, and so
something, rather than
her
what it
clothes
is.
that seemed skimpy before become more reminiscent of a leotard.
Mhm. I liked it. I thought it was very, very cool.
It was a good scene.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite scene for the whole movie.
Trying to think of if that might be mine too.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it's the most well put together scene,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I know what scene you like. The end.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
But,
that was
like-
so fucking funny, dude.
I think that was the most well done scene in the whole movie.
Probably, yeah.
There's not a lot
Well produced.
else in the movie.
I mean, yeah, the rest of the movie, now that the demons are about, is just a lot of hack and
Yeah.
slash. Which, I mean, cool, because some of the kills are fucking
There's
sick.
some interesting stuff, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just... anyways, Stooges in the room now.
Yeah, because Sal fucked off.
Angela's like, oh, sexy man. Which,
Yeah.
once again, Stooge, you should realize something's going on. Stooges...
Yeah.
I want to go on a rant about this really quick.
Okay.
Stooge is... This is set in the 80s.
Yeah.
I think I said this is a 88 film?
Yeah, I think it's 1988.
1988. Stooge is heavy.
He's a big guy.
He's, what would you say, 260?
Oh.
270?
No, more than that.
300?
Probably 3.
Yeah, he's
Because I think Trent is 260, bro.
okay.
But Trent's mostly muscle.
Trent's mostly muscle though. He looks fat.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
But I need to stress this.
Dumb haircut.
He looks fat by today's standards. We are a lot fatter today than we were in the 80s. He is morbidly obese.
He's a fucking
for the
huge
80s.
dude.
Like, and I mean morbidly obese. This is one of the things I find very interesting. Like, as a cultural, like, zeitgeist thing,
Yeah.
what is fat today is a lot heavier than what was fat, 30 years ago.
Sure.
And sometimes it's weird casting stuff sometimes, but it's always one of those things I like to think about because there's culturally different things you're supposed to think about, the context.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not just like he's fat, whatever. It's like he's a 600-pound man. That's the equivalent of what he is
Yeah.
today. And so Angel's all over him. Like, that's weird for us.
Yeah.
But I could see that.
I mean, yeah.
You could be that heavy and still have some game. But, like,
Yeah, sure.
with how fat he would have been for the 80s, that is, like, no.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair. But also, he's just, like, such an unlikable character.
He's also just, like, the worst.
He's, like, such a fucking dickhead.
He's just
like,
a dickhead.
causing problems for no reason, just being an asshole. So, like, these women making out with him is odd because
He
he's
should've
just a prick.
Back on the fat thing.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, it's, I think, an interesting topic.
I mean,
Have you seen the It movies?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you seen the original miniseries?
Not the original miniseries.
So, Ben,
The fat kid. Yeah. The fat kid
Me?
from the movies, yeah.
he's the fat kid when he's a kid.
Yeah.
If you remind me when we're done, he's supposed to be fat. That's a book thing.
Yeah, it is a book thing.
It's very interesting to look at how heavy Ben is in the original miniseries and how heavy he is in the new movie because he kind of looks the same to me. Like, I get like how fat they're trying to say he is, right?
Sure.
Ben in the original miniseries looks pretty skinny by today's standards.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I haven't really
Just
I haven't
because
paid attention to it.
there's a cultural thing where, like, I don't know, it's one of those weird things where because of how the world changes, sometimes we look at movies differently.
Sure. And I totally get that.
And I always think it's fun to bring up.
Yeah. I think that's interesting when considering, like, when this movie came out and someone watched it, they have a different perspective than we have now because the world is so much different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just little things you don't think about
Because
normally.
what? This came out in 88. It's
Right.
2022. That was
It's almost 30 years exactly.
almost 30 years exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's almost 2023, so
Yeah. So this movie came out 30 years ago. That's, for some people, that's a lifetime.
That was depressing, Bob.
I'm just saying. No, but, like, you know what I mean, right? Like,
For you, that's almost like...
I'm not going to talk about that on
No,
podcast.
I know, but...
But what I'm getting at is the fact that we are watching this now and have this these things to say. Someone who watched this in the 80s would have a completely different opinion
Yeah,
because
different
of
things.
different context of their life and how they grew up. It's very cool seeing perspective when it comes to these sort of older movies.
Yeah.
Which is why I liked watching Halloween so much.
Mm-hmm.
Is because I didn't think that was scary,
No.
but I think that's a fucking phenomenal movie. Even though I have none of the same context that I would have had when it came out in theaters if I were born
Not
back
the
then.
same context. Although I think part of the reason you didn't find it scary, again, was because you already knew what was going to happen.
True. That's also fair.
And again, that's the thing I mentioned a lot during the Halloween movies is what we find scary in different generations is different, you know?
It changes with time.
Changes with time. But basically, Stooge and Angela start snogging.
Start making out.
Snogging head. Like,
For a while,
sucking face.
and then Stooge starts struggling.
Stooge starts struggling. Bob's like, what's happening?
Yeah, I was scared.
I think I make some joke that's really stupid. It's like,
I don't remember.
I think too much tongue. I think that's what I said.
Yeah, well, you're right. It was too much tongue.
Yeah. Angela bites his tongue off.
Yep.
And it cuts away from them. This
Yeah.
is the last time we see Stooge
Blood
for a while.
everywhere, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she spits his tongue out of her
She
mouth.
spits his tongue out. We see she has, like, sharp teeth.
Oh, yeah. Her
And
whole mouth is red.
Stooge is trying to hold his face. There's blood all over his hands,
Yeah.
pouring out of his mouth.
Pretty cool, practical.
And then it cuts away from them.
Yep. Oh, is this Coffin?
And then I think it goes to...
Or is it Raj? I don't remember.
No, this cuts to Franny. It sets it up. This is the setup for this.
Oh,
It cuts
so the
to
coffin.
Franny and Max walking into a room, and it's a room with coffins in it.
Yeah.
Because again, this is a mortuary home. I don't think they cleared out a lot of stuff.
No, because they even say, like, last tenant must have left all this shit here.
Yeah,
Because there's,
so-
like, coffins. There's, like, basically, it looks as if someone set up for this to be a funeral home and then fucking abandoned it.
It just looks like it was abandoned.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't clear it out. Maybe they went under. But
I was going to say more like someone left in a hurry.
Fair.
Because a lot of that shit looks like it has not been touched.
or was house murdered.
Oh, yeah, they do bring that up. Apparently, a lot of people have died in this house.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you go out of business and no one buys all your shit, it would just be left there.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well, there's a bunch of coffins in the room. Long story short, Max is like, I've never had sex in a coffin before, and Franny is like, whoa, me neither.
And that's when I started freaking out.
Which I thought was very funny because it was like, A, not sexy at all.
No.
Although I will say, most coffins,
Comfortable?
real nice.
Yeah.
Weird thing. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna get buried, Bob?
No, I've already talked about this cremation.
Cremation?
Well, unless I can do the joke that I talked about where I'm hung up, like, behind the...
Can't do that.
I can.
Bob wants
And
to
I'll
be
try.
on a spring-loaded trap.
Yeah, behind my tombstone.
If you guys saw Haunt with Skelly Boy,
Oh, yeah.
where it pops out, Bob wants to do that,
With my corpse.
but with his corpse.
Yep. As a funny.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Well, I'll find someplace and they'll
But
let me do it.
coffins nowadays very expensive.
They are very, very
A
expensive.
coffin costs, it's one of like the biggest costs for
It's so much
being
money,
buried.
dude. Yeah.
And it's because a lot of coffins are very, very nice. They're
Yeah.
usually like hardwood.
A lot of people like to bury their, relatives in nice coffins.
The
It's like a
inside's
send-off
upholstered.
thing,
I don't get it.
I
I don't get it.
don't either. That's why I want to be cremated.
I think part of the reason I don't get it is because like my basis for funerals is Jewish funerals.
oh, yeah.
Like that's the first one I ever went to.
Mm-hmm.
It was a funeral for my great grandmother. And like there's some weird rules. Like you have to It's not weird, but there's specific
There are rules for Jewish funerals.
religious rules
Yes.
for Jewish funerals and being buried in like a Jewish cemetery.
Yeah.
You got to be buried like the
Day
day
of.
it's the day after.
Is it the day after? Okay.
It's basically as soon as possible. So
Yeah.
like, if you can't bury someone because like the ground's frozen over,
Yeah.
you can wait a little bit. There's more religious rules than that, but the ones that are followed is you bury them as soon as possible.
Yep.
There's no open casket.
Mhm.
That weirds me out just because I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
Like you don't do open casket. You really don't see the body once they die. But you bury them right away. Coffins are usually just like pine wood boxes.
Yep. Pine wood box. That's
So
what I thought.
if you go to like a funeral home and look at coffins, they usually have pine wood boxes.
For Jewish funerals, I
Jewish
assume.
funerals, yeah. But that's why I don't get it because like those are super cheap.
Yeah. It's literally just a box.
Yeah, it's just they're nice
A
wood boxes.
biodegradable box.
I think they're really nice. The pine wood boxes.
I've never seen them.
Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
They're really nice. They're like because it is just a pine wood box and there's no upholstery and stuff in them.
Yeah.
But they're all you need
Yeah.
because you don't really need all that stuff.
No, all that extra guff is for the family.
Yeah, I think part of the reason they started adding that is because it looks nice.
It does look nice.
When you're viewing
Viewing.
an open coffin. I've been to at this point two funerals where they had an open casket.
Every funeral I've been to has been open casket.
It still weirds me out. I don't like it, but I get why some people would.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But it doesn't have all that stuff. It's just wood, but they're nice.
Yeah.
I like them.
So anyway, Max
Anyways,
and Franny are
There's
set
some
up
nice
to
coffins.
bang in a coffin.
Yeah,
To
again,
have sex in a coffin.
they act like this would be a normal thing because he's
Yeah.
like, I've never banged in one. And she's like,
And
me neither.
I'm freaking out at this point because I'm like, I don't like confined spaces. You're telling me these two bitches are gonna climb into a coffin and have sex?
Yeah, but they say like, let's bang in it, and then it cuts away from them. Back to Roger.
I was about to say, is this Raj?
So we cut to Raj outside,
Oh yeah. This scene actually scared the pants off me.
and we kind of come off from a far away shot of the car.
Yeah, so
And
we
it
can't
comes
really
closer.
see where Raj is in the car.
And I thought the window was broken for a second.
I thought he was dead.
And yeah, you see Raj kind of curled up in the corner, not moving. He looked like he was asleep or dead.
Mhm.
I was like, God damn it, if you kill Raj. Because at this point, me and Bob really liked Raj.
Raj might be my favorite character in this whole movie.
He's like, fuck ghosts.
He's awesome. He's so fucking good. Him and Sal by far are my two favorite characters.
Yeah, he's like, Raj reminds me of Bob when he's talking about Pepper.
Yeah, you fucker. No.
He's just like, fuck ghosts. I'm not dealing with this bullshit.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, Pepper. You're good.
No. I'm gonna have to hire a priest.
Hey.
Come exercise my home. Piper.
But yeah, he's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And then something rocks the car.
Something like shakes the car. It's a big
Yeah.
fucking rock.
And he's like, Stooge, you asshole. I know you're the only fat ass big enough to like rock the car like that.
Yeah.
And he's looking around out the front window.
Yep.
And then boom,
Mm-hmm.
Helen hits the window. And it's the exact same scene of her hitting the mirror.
Yep. It's
the
the
front
same
of this
thing that the
car.
mirror showed her.
And I don't know if you agree with this, but it looked identical.
It
to
looks
me.
the exact same.
So-
like, if they had to do that in two different shots, they did a hell of a good job making sure she looked the same.
Yeah, so they either did an amazing job with two shots, or there might be a camera in the dash of the car
That catches her falling.
that catch her falling,
Yeah.
or at least hitting the window, because it looks identical.
It was really, really really
Very
good.
well done.
So then Raj freaks out.
Raj freaks out. He gets out of the car. He starts running inside.
Yep. Because where else are you going to go?
Yeah. And so he meets up with Sal
Oh, yeah.
when he goes inside.
Yeah. Because they're both tweaking. Because then they go back towards the other room. Or no, coffin?
No, they start running away from Angela, I think.
Dude, they do, right? Because, yeah, at this point it's revealed Angela's a goddamn demon.
Yeah, to them.
Yeah, and has, like, fully, like, taken on the gross-looking face and, like, the teeth and, like,
Right.
that.
And this is basically the part of the movie where things start to go wrong.
Yeah. So now Sal is chasing, or Angela's chasing Sal and Raj.
Back to
The coffin.
no
Judy.
Suzanne.
Nah.
We cut to a scene with Suzanne.
no.
Yeah, Bob's remembered it. I'm gonna say these are
Okay.
interesting scenes here.
They are very interesting.
It's once again very much sexualizing Suzanne.
Yes.
I would like to say props to Linnea quickly for willing to do stuff like
All
this.
of the, we've talked about it. The practicals in this movie look really good.
Anyways,
The practicals in this movie.
this is
come
probably
out
the
to
best
play.
practicals of the movie
Oh yeah.
by far. I think.
Oh
Except,
yeah.
Except maybe the dragon, but we don't see a lot of that.
The dragon only comes out a couple times, but it's
It's
very
just
cool.
the head of it.
Yeah.
All right. So Linnea Quigley is drawing on her face
with lipstick.
We know she's done this because at one point earlier in the film, Sal runs by the door the room she's in,
Yeah.
sees her. The light in this room's on, which is kind of weird because the
Yeah.
power's out in this
Mhm.
building. And he notices and is like, huh. He's like, Suzanne, are you okay? And Suzanne turns around and she's drawn a heart around her face in lipstick.
And I think she says, "I'm fixing my face."
Yeah. And Sal's just weirded out and he leaves. Obviously, this was a little bit earlier in the
Yeah.
film. And so it cuts back to Suzanne now, and she's unzipping her dress
Yep. On the front.
on the front. And then she takes her lipstick, because her full chest is revealed at this point.
Yes.
And she takes her lipstick and she goes down her face and then around one of her breasts.
Yep.
Circles it and
Yep.
then shoves the thing of lipstick
Into it.
into her nipple.
Basically, like perfectly, just like presses it
In with
and
her
then
pointer finger.
when she moves her finger off of it, there's no hole.
Well, her finger goes in too.
Yeah, and
And
like
then
basically in her nipple, like in the
Yep.
middle of her breast, it just
And then she pulls her finger away and there's no hole or anything.
nothing.
And
It looks insane.
It's it's an odd thing to talk about because breasts.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it just looks really, really.
But
cool.
it looks really good.
yeah,
You cannot tell they're fake.
or
but
that there's a hole.
you can tell if you're looking very closely, and we're
Yeah.
watching in HD. But if this was in SD,
Yeah, in the '80s when it came out, you couldn't have.
you
told.
couldn't tell because it jumps. There's some scenes where it's
Real, some scenes where she has the
fake.
mold on.
It's very well done.
Oh yeah,
That
very
was
well
her
done.
ex-husband that did that casting.
Oh yeah,
We talked
Fucking
about
forgot
that.
about that. That's really funny.
But yeah, right after she does that,
Jay walks.
Jay
in.
walks in.
And as we all know,
And-
Jay's looking for a good time.
She crawls over to Jay and unzips his pants.
And then I said, "Oh no, she's gonna bite his dick off." And you said, "Oh yes."
It seemed like it.
And
So
then
they
it,
fall on the ground.
yeah,
And now's when it cuts to
the cough.
back in the coffin.
Thank God. I want
Basically-
to talk about this because this is some of the craziest shit I've
We
ever
see
seen.
Franny sit up, and it's just
Naked
naked top
in the
half
coffin,
of Franny. in
and
the
you can
coffin.
see Max laying down in the coffin.
Yeah, and they're just doing stuff.
Yep.
And we see Max turn to something off screen. He's like, "Hey, get out of here, you asshole!"
Oh, yeah.
And then it cuts, and we just see Stu with demon face.
Yeah, Stooge is now a demon. He's been demonized. Tongueless demon man.
Now, for demon faces, I don't think we've talked about what that looks like.
We
yet.
haven't really, no. Gross, mostly. It's like they look like they have the pox or something. They look like infected, almost. They look like gross, like diseased.
Yeah, they look kind of gross disease. The big thing is they have teeth.
Yeah, really sharp teeth.
They're sharp teeth, but they're also kind of snaggly.
Yeah, and their eyes are different colors,
Their
too.
eyes are yellow.
Yep.
Now, I think it's important to note about their teeth. Each demon has different teeth.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a weird
small thing.
It's a weird small thing. I like it.
I do, too.
Some of their teeth are just sharp, and then some of their teeth look like the dragon teeth,
Yes.
which orc-like.
Yeah, they're
that's
just
what it
sort of
reminded
like
me.
spaced out in individual like shards almost. It's kind of cool.
It's fine. But to make a long story short,
Piper.
he just grabs Helen's head,
Oh my
just
god.
twists it all the way around. She falls
Not
over
Helen,
dead.
that was Franny.
Oh,
Helen's already dead, bro.
she grabs Franny's head, twists it all the way around. Franny, it felt very all of a sudden to me.
Oh yeah.
It's
I mean,
not-
I think that is the turning point of the movie.
that is.
Is like, oh, we're killing now.
It's just like
because
that.
the only person that's died this whole fucking movie is Helen.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't see her die.
We didn't see her die. She just saw her corpse.
She looked dead.
Oh yeah, well, definitely dead.
And he just twists Franny's head around.
Snaps her neck.
There's no blood. It's just
No.
breaks her neck.
The pop is.
And she falls over on Max and pins him down.
Yeah, so
He
Max
starts
can't get up.
screaming, and Stooge starts trying to close the coffin.
Yep.
And this is where we learn Max is poorly ridden.
Yeah, it's bad. The whole time that Stooge is trying to close the coffin, Max just has his arm like laid out next to it.
It's not even laid out. It's grabbing Stooge's shirt.
Yeah, which is like, just pull your arm back in the coffin and let him shut it, stupid.
So of course Stooges keeps slamming it on his arm.
Because he can't shut the coffin.
And we don't see it then, but we see it eventually that his arm just got lopped off.
Yep, it was smashed off by the coffin.
It's
absurd.
All right. Well, then it cuts back to Suzanne and Jay.
Oh.
They're having sex.
Suzanne is on top.
There is a scene where we see Suzanne take off her skirt and everything, but they're just having sex.
Yeah.
Suzanne's on top, and she starts going, "Stop looking at me."
Yep.
Stop
staring at me. What are you looking at? And Jay's like, "What are you being a weirdo for?" She's like, "Does my makeup look good?" And he's like, "Your makeup's fine. Like, I don't fucking care."
He doesn't care, even though it's
yeah,
fucked up.
She looks egregious right now.
Yeah.
And then so throughout this movie, which we've kind of noticed, when the demon like takes over and they go into demon face, they get a cool demonic voice.
It just drops a little bit.
It just drops. It cuts to that voice, and fucking Suzanne on top goes full demon mode and is like screaming at him, and then fucking takes her hands, and he's freaking out. She goes like I think she's gonna choke him. And then she goes and she takes her fucking...
You thought she was going to choke him.
She's going to choke him. And takes her fucking hands. Oh, guys, this is like... I gagged hard on... I thought I was going to puke. And you thought
I thought you were going to puke. And I was concerned because you leaned over towards me.
She fucking takes her thumbs and shoves them in the corner of his eyes and pops his eyes, like squishes them basically.
Oh yeah, it looks gnarly.
And it looks insane.
Because like before, like blood starts coming out, you see like the whites of his eyes
pop, and it's foul.
Bob started gagging about it once we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, it's so gross, dude. It's like one of the grossest things I've seen. Like
I liked it. I thought it was very well
done. It looks really cool. So yeah,
but
Jay gets got, basically.
Yeah, and
we're down to so it cuts back to Sal and Raj, and they've found Judy.
They're running around. They find Judy.
And this is what I think is so fucking funny.
She's screaming on the door because she's still locked in
there.
Yeah,
locked in there when Jay was in there earlier.
I was like, "Oh, it's Judy. We gotta help."
And Raj is like, "Hell no, that is not. How do we know it's her? That could be anyone on the other side of that door. How do we know it's Judy?" And Sal's just like, "It's Judy, I can hear." And he's like, "No." Raj is like, "Absolutely not. I'm not having this." And he runs away.
Yeah.
And then
Sal
he sees
opens the door. Angie coming down the hall. Yeah. Which, super cool.
I was
because when Angie comes down the hall...
Angie, for most of the movie now, does not walk.
No, she floats down the hall.
Floats at them in...
Floats, maybe the wrong... Glides.
Yeah.
Because her dress, you can't see her feet. But she's just gliding. Like, she's not
walking. It looks
walking.
really, really cool.
I assume they have her on a dolly with a string.
But, I mean, it still looks sick. Because she's just, like, menacingly floating down gliding down the hallways at them really fast.
Not moving or talking or anything. Yeah. It's cool.
It is really cool. A lot of those shots are sick.
From this point on, it's basically a run around. We see someone.
Yeah,
we run
till we get outside.
People get separated. They come back together.
Yeah.
Eventually, it ends up with Judy's on the roof.
Yeah.
By herself.
Well,
Judy's on the roof by herself. Raj is below.
That's what I was going to talk about was that.
He's kind of like, "Look!"
Yeah.
And eventually he's like, "Look behind you."
Yeah.
There's Angela.
Coming at
Judy.
She
starts choking Judy. And then here comes
Sal from the other side of the roof, like running across, chasing her.
He grabs Angela. Then they both flip off.
Yeah, they like, dude, the way they did that, they do a full front flip off the side of the building. It's a cool ass stunt.
And we see him hit the ground, and we see him for a second, but basically, Angela's bleeding out of her head.
Yeah, she conked her noggin real hard.
If she wasn't a demon, her head would have been skull broken.
Yeah, she'd be dead for sure.
And then we see Sal
has been impaled.
Rip Sal Romero. He's been impaled by a piece of metal.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think Judy has almost fallen off with them.
Yeah, Judy is like hanging off for dear life. Basically, she's on the side of the building, and below her is a pit.
Yeah.
Of despair. And then to the right of her is like a walkway that Raj is standing on. And Raj is basically screaming like, just move to your right. Just climb to the right. That is all you have to do, Judy. And Judy's like, I can't do it. Sal! It's just like,
this is where I had the point of, I don't like Judy.
I don't like her either. She's a bad main character.
She's just written
poorly.
She's just defenseless, but in an annoying way.
Yeah, she's not helpful ever.
Like if she'd just been defenseless, whatever, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
But she's defenseless and annoying.
Yeah, she just sucks. Like she's uninteresting. She doesn't add anything.
That combination. I don't like it.
Yeah. Basically, well, so actually, she was getting chased by Stooge before she came on the roof. So now Stooge shows up.
And then Stooge shows up.
Yeah.
And so she falls.
Yeah, she's trying to get away from him, so she jumps down to where Raj is. They
Somehow
both hit the ground.
She doesn't fall in the pit.
No,
she's still hanging over the pit. But
she jumps like to the right, like 20 feet.
She doesn't even jump. She falls.
Yeah.
And somehow it cuts to her falling on Raj.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh. And then, of course, Stooge just jumps down to the top of the building.
A demon.
And it's a more runaway. Except
Yep.
now it's Stooge and Stooge and blah, blah. I had a brain fart.
Stooge and Suzanne.
Raj
Oh,
and Judy
are running.
are running. There's no Suzanne in this movie.
Suzanne
Angie?
is Linnea Quigley's character, dude.
Oh, Suzanne, yeah.
That's why I just.
I thought you said Susan.
No.
All right. I was running. I think before they run out of the courtyard, there's this fun scene, though, where Angela's still alive.
Oh, yeah.
And she reveals that she built like a headstone
Oh, yeah. This is funny.
for Sal.
That's how we learned his last name.
Romero. It has his date of birth and then death tonight.
Yeah. It's really funny.
But
We haven't mentioned this really. This is throughout the. Well, actually, we'll get to it in a second because we're about to go to the basement.
Yeah. So
So we'll talk about that in a second. I'll talk about it in a second.
they
That's fine.
eventually arrive down in the basement while they're running away.
because that's like the only place in the movie we haven't seen people yet is
And-
in the basement.
Right away, it's the room where the incinerator is.
Yep.
We see it, and they lock themselves in there.
Yep.
Immediately after locking themselves in there, Roger comes down from his adrenaline and starts
Freaking
out and crying. And Suzanne's like, "Oh, get it together.
Yeah.
We got to get out of here."
And she's like, "Oh, there's a big metal door that must be a way out. That has to connect to something."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It connects to something.
So she pops it open, and the whole time Raj has done nothing except for cry in the corner. And she's like looking around in it, trying to figure something out. And she reaches down into the ash and is like, "Oh, what's this?" And pulls out a human skull.
Yeah, because until that point, she didn't realize what this thing
Yeah.
is. Very obviously a furnace for cremating people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But she closes the door when she drops the skull.
Oh yeah,
And Roger's like, What? She's like, "It's a cremation."
it's a crematorium or whatever. Yeah.
I think she just calls it a crematorium, yeah. They start freaking out because, all the demons are banging on the doors now.
Oh yeah.
And I think I think that's who it is. Angela is like, "Raj, just let us in. We only want the girl."
Yeah, I think Angela says we only want the bitch.
Yeah.
And then I think they're like, "We won't kill you tonight. We'll save you or something." Blah 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 blah. It's a whole thing. Basically, they're trying to convince Roger to give up Judy.
Yeah, and Judy gives this whole speech about, like, it must mean that they can only bring us to hell tonight because
It's Halloween.
it's Halloween.
Yeah.
I think this is also where I realized I didn't like her character. Her dialogue's just kind of
Her dialogue's bad.
odd. She's just not written to react, I think, properly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
It's whatever.
So she starts fucking rooting around in the crematorium, and she's like looking for something to fight the demon. She's like, a pipe.
Yeah.
So she pops open the door again and starts trying to rip one of the pipes from the crematorium out of the wall.
She does.
She does it somehow. I don't know how she does it without Roger's help. Roger's still in the corner crying.
Yeah. He moved to a different corner.
Yeah,
He's now crying in that one.
Yeah. So
Apparently, you hear gas start to hiss when she rips the thing
yeah.
off. And she manages to pull that pipe out really far out of the crematorium.
Oh yeah.
And it's at this point the demons get through the door. Now,
yeah.
Bob,
This is
how
what
did
I'm
the
talking
demons
about.
get through the door?
So throughout this whole movie, it has been talked about that there are demons in this house. That's like the whole setup for the movie, right? Something interesting that Angela brings up at the beginning of the movie is that the land is not the haunted part. The house is the haunted part. So like throughout the movie, we've seen tons of doors open and close on their own. Basically, the demons have
Or like the gate disappear?
the gate disappear. The demons have full control over the house and what happens in it. So they're sitting there on the other side of this door, and you see the door hinge pins start to wiggle, and they just lift up and blink, blink, because the demons, once again, have complete, utter control. Like, basically, they can make shit appear out of nowhere and make nothing out of something, which is where the whole thing with the George A. Romero,
Gravestone.
gravestone
Homage.
is like, the demon just made that.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
But they bust through the door.
Yeah.
Judy pulls out a lighter.
Yep. Which she
Lights-
got from,
I think she just had it.
I think Angela handed it to her from the beginning when they were lighting candles.
No, because she was trying to light it with the thing.
Yeah, and she gave her the lighter.
No, I think it was just on the table.
Was it? I don't remember.
She brought a match to actually light the candles.
Yeah, but basically what I'm saying is it was set up that she already had the lighter.
Yeah.
She's had it like the whole fucking movie.
But she can't get it to start. Finally gets to the start. Basically makes a big flamethrower
Yeah.
and lights
Stooge and
and
Angela on fire.
Angela on fire. Of course they survive.
Yeah, they're
But
demons.
for the rest of the movie, they're kind of half melted.
They're smoking.
yeah,
and
smoking
warm.
and half melted. There's more runaround that ensues.
Yep.
Eventually, they get to the wall.
And they're like,
both Judy and
Raj.
Yeah. Judy's like, "We gotta find the gate." And
Raj is like,
"There's no fucking gate.
there's no gate.
And he's like, "Look," and there's a piece of barbed wire.
Hanging off the top of the wall.
Yeah. And he just starts climbing it.
Yep.
It destroys his hands.
Oh, there's so much blood on their hands from this
But
barbed wire.
He gets to the top of the wall. He lays down on it. He puts his hand over it. And he's like, "Come on."
Like, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
And Judy shows her incompetence again.
And can't climb the wall.
Can't climb the wall.
And just screams at the barbed wire.
And just kind of screams and holds on. She eventually grabs his hand. But by
Yeah.
the time she does that,
She's already getting nabbed by the demons.
she's being nabbed by the demons. Stooge has arrived outside.
Yep.
She was really slow getting up that wall.
Really
Really
slow.
sad. But she gets nabbed by all the demons, and
Raj, I think right before this, she'd already grabbed Raj's hand, but like the demons grabbed her and like knocked Raj off the top. Basically.
yeah, he fell off the side.
So he's on the other side of the wall while she's getting grabbed
And
trying
she's
not to die.
barely hanging on to this wire, and all the demons are pulling on her skirt and stuff.
Yeah, trying to pull her down in.
And right when she loses grip with one hand, and she's just at the edge of her fingers, and then we see another hand come back.
Yeah, Raj just reclimbed the wall.
Raj is magically teleported back to the top of the wall.
Yeah, and pulled her back over with him.
Reaches and grabs her, gives her one final yank, and they fall over the other
Yep.
side of the wall. And it's at this point, I think the sun rises,
You see a shot of the dawn happening, like the sun starting to come up on Halloween night.
and all the demon corpse people, because everyone gets resurrected
Yeah.
at this point in time.
Yeah, so like Max is running around with one arm. Oh god, Franny looks like a monster because her neck's broken. It's all fucked up and she's
Yeah.
like crooked. Suzanne's there. Burnt Stooge, you know. Jay's
Helen.
running around with no eyes.
Sal has a pole sticking out his chest.
Yeah.
But they all start to turn into like smoke, like they're burning, but it's off screen.
Yeah. It's on the
And-
other side of the wall.
Yeah, so we see from Raj and Judy's perspective that there's smoke coming up over the wall, and we see the dragon head,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, the demon.
Yeah, the demon looks like a dragon.
We see its head, and it roars, and then it disappears with the
Yep.
smoke. And then it cuts to them walking down the street,
Right past the old man from
Yep.
the beginning of the movie.
and we see him go inside, and he sits down at his table.
Yep. And his wife brings him breakfast.
Yeah, it's a pie.
It's a pie.
And, he's like, this is okay. And the wife's
Yeah.
like, really? You used to always love my homemade pies.
Yep.
And the old man's like, wait, you made this?
Yep. And he's like, what kind of pie is it?
Well, no.
Oh.
He's like, how'd you have time to make this?
Yeah.
And the wife is just like, well, I've been up for a couple hours. There wasn't as many trick-or-treaters as we expected.
Yeah.
And so I used some of those apples.
that were left over.
And he goes, wait, what? And he just starts grabbing his neck and choking. And do you want to describe it?
Basically, razor blades start coming out of his neck as he's talking, and blood goes everywhere.
Yeah, two vertical slits down the side of his throat.
As he swallows the apple pie.
And his head hits the table, and the wife comes up and just kisses his forehead.
And smiling.
Yeah.
And then she says, Happy Halloween.
Because he's such an asshole.
He is a dick.
Clearly wanted to kill him. Although, I will raise the point of, I don't know how he chewed and swallowed
Two razor
without
blades? I
realizing
have
there
no
was
idea.
razor blades in it.
Yeah.
It was almost like they were really tiny pieces of razor blades, and then they formed full razor blades in his throat. Because
It's fucking funny.
they somehow had to be baked into the pie, and he
Yeah,
wasn't
I
taking
don't
big
know.
bites.
I don't know. It's ridiculous. It made me laugh really hard.
Yeah.
Because that's such a good amount of set. Because honestly, at the beginning of the movie, I thought that was a one-time thing. I thought we were never going to see that character again. It was a one-time joke. It was a gag. It was funny.
Yeah, it's like a cold open setup and a cold open close.
Yeah, it was just really good.
It's just interesting. But
it's super good.
that's the end of the film.
That's it. It was in a movie.
It's weird.
I liked it a lot.
There's not good writing.
It's not that. Some of it is well
Some
written.
stuff, there's good parts in it,
Yeah.
but overall, not great dialogue.
Okay, plot.
Okay plot, but it's also, there's not a lot of it.
No.
Like, it kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot of plot to it.
No.
It's kind of, it feels like, let's see what happens.
You know what this movie I think is perfect for?
What?
If you want to have a good time with your friends and get drunk and watch a Halloween movie,
Yeah.
this movie's awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think this is a great friend Halloween movie.
like, again, I don't think it's the greatest movie ever,
No, but it's
but it was fun.
good enough and it's fun.
Yeah.
That if I were having a party, I would just put this on the TV.
Yeah.
I
It
was
was
like,
fun.
this is just playing.
I
This
don't
is a
feel
great
like
movie.
I would have to pay, like, super attention to it.
No, you really
to
don't.
enjoy it. Yeah, it was whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have any people, like, specifically you'd recommend it to, though?
I mean, if you want a campy horror movie from the 80s, this movie's great. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think it's a good take on high schoolers in haunted house.
Yeah. I think
Which
my
is fun.
recommendation would be, if you're into B movies,
Oh yeah, it's very B,
and you
which
want
is
to see,
cool.
like, a kind of a haunted house style movie.
Yeah, this feels like B with a budget.
Plus, if, like, definitely not a budget, though, like 1.3.
Well, it felt
Which, I mean, decent, but,
yeah. Well, it felt maybe not a budget.
well produced.
B with production.
Yeah.
B with good production.
I'd also say, if you're a fan of, like, especially Evil Dead.
Yeah, see,
it
I
seems right reminiscent of the Evil Dead. There's some, I feel like, some inspirations from Return of the Living Dead, but
For sure.
not as good. But I'd say if you'd like Evil Dead, it's worth a check
I think
out.
this, if you're into horror in general, this is a cult classic for a reason. People like it for a reason. I think it's always worth a watch.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's a cult classic. It's fun. If you like horror movies, might as well watch it.
Worth it for sure.
You're probably not going to be scared.
I don't think it was very scary.
I think the only scream we really got out of you is when Bodacious Boy hops out of the closet.
Yeah, that one fucking scared me. There are a couple other screams.
But-
the eyeball stuff got me hard with Jay.
Yeah. What would you rate it out of 10 for scariness?
For scary, what did I give Halloween 1? 5? 4?
I don't know.
Halloween 2 is 6 or 7?
We should probably switch to a scale that's like
No, I should probably just
Smaller.
write down what my scariness rating is.
fair.
For these,
I
so
just meant
remember.
like for the next board onward, we should pick a scale that's a lot smaller, like 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think 5 is probably better. I would say out of 10, since we're keeping with that
where
for
we can
now.
set up a like this is what 1 is, 2
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Probably. Oh God, 6.
6.
I want not
Really?
not as scary as Halloween 1, Halloween 2. Not as scary as Halloween 2. Scarier than Halloween 1.
You son of a bitch.
What?
It's Halloween.
God damn you.
Halloween 2 and Halloween.
Okay, whatever. But yeah,
That's like if you preemptively named a movie, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So I'm surprised she found it scarier than Halloween, though.
oh yeah, way scarier than Halloween.
I guess
I would-
maybe.
Halloween was not scary at all.
That's just because you knew it was happening, Bob. It was very suspenseful.
It is, and I agree, but it didn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? This movie did more for me, mostly because there's a lot of weird ass shit in this movie.
Oh,
that
I
made
guess
me
the
uncomfortable.
eyeball stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know.
All right. Bob has gotten his notebook, so he wants to talk about what he added for.
Well, yeah, if we're
His
done
nope
with this
stuff?
conversation.
Yeah.
So, added stuff to my notes today. I didn't do it last movie because we were really tired and I forgot. But I didn't add anything from the last movie. Nothing came up from Return of the Living Dead that I thought
Okay.
was pertinent. For this movie, added 1 to the dark. They like turning the lights off in this movie a lot. And it's not fun. The only other time I've had to add razor blades, this time with the guy with the pie. Razor blades are back, baby. Both times have been the dumb joke about razor blades and candy, which
Yeah.
is really funny. Let's see. Eyeball stuff for Jay's eyeballs. Gross. Gagged. Hard.
It's thumbed.
I did not add 1 for confined spaces because we never actually got in a coffin.
Well, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, added 1 for demons. Demons in this movie. Spooky. That's the whole point.
It's the Night of
let's
the
see.
Demons.
Night of the Demons. That's it. Those are all things I added.
All right.
No new stuff added. No new horrors determined.
All right. Well, anything else before we go to the outtakes?
I don't think so. I feel like we're underselling this movie a little bit, but
I don't think we're underselling it. It's a fun watch. I mean, we talked about it for fucking forever.
I know.
I mean,
this recording's long
This
as
is
fuck.
going to be edited down as a recording just a little bit to get rid of our outtakes and stuff like that, like when we
Yeah.
sneeze or stuff. This is an hour and 44 minutes, though.
Longest
So-
one fucking yet, by far. We did spend a lot of time talking about other stuff.
Yeah, but even those weren't that long.
Yeah.
Before we got majorly off tangent, we were already at an hour.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It was a fun film.
Fun. Classic.
It's just,
yeah, I had a blast
it's,
watching it.
It's good. It's fun. Not a great movie, but it's a cult classic for a reason.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. You want to go to the outtakes?
Yeah, we'll go to the outtakes.
All right.
I'll see you later.
We'll see you in the closer.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the outtakes from this episode of Beware the Board. I hope you enjoyed us watching Night of the Demons. It was really fun. I totally get why this movie is a cult classic. It's one of those movies that, like, if you're into horror, I think you should see it. It's really, really, really awesome. But without further ado, let's move on to the first outtake. This is our reaction to Billy, Judy's brother, scaring the shit out of her by jumping out of her closet while she's changing. I don't think so.
Is she wearing that?
I don't think she put underwear on under
She
that.
didn't. She took her underwear off to put that dress on.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Benjamin, do I have to explain this to you?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes people want easy access.
No. I understand that.
Well, that was what I was asking.
Except, here's the thing.
Hull House. That's not good.
Here's the thing. She wanted to go to the school dance.
Oh.
She's very much the type
Well,
of
maybe she was going to get plowed in the bathroom. You don't know.
I guess my point is, like, she's being characterized as, like, more of an...
Ah! Jesus.
What the
That
Fuck.
was weird. That kid,
was weird.
That kid jerks off in that closet watching his sister.
bodacious booby
Booby
sis.
Yeah. Oh, his mom punches him in the face.
That's disgusting.
That's a gross mask. This kid's also gross. This next clip is my reaction to very early on in the film. Once they've reached Hull House, someone goes to open a coffin and ends up finding Sal inside, scaring the shit out of them. What did she see? Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus. Ah, Sal, you fucking asshole. This next clip is my reaction to Helen seeing the demon in the mirror and then seeing her own fate brought forth. Was his? Did you catch that?
What?
I don't think so. Oh, okay, well, that's not good.
Did I what? What was it?
Nothing.
No, Bob, what was it?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh!
Bob, what did you see?
It looked like Raj had his arm in the fire.
Oh no, he had a hot poker.
Yeah, I didn't realize what was happening. In this next clip, Benjamin explains to us why he would not want to have sex in the Hull House.
I'm just saying, I would not be having sex in this house.
No, for sure.
Not because of the risk of a spider crawling up my butthole, but because Stooge.
That is a risk I'm not willing to take.
But because Stooge is in the house.
That's what's stopping you, is Stooge.
Yeah, he seems like just the type of creep to walk up behind me.
Hey, at least Judy's brother's not here to watch them in the closet or something.
Stooge seems like what Judy's brother will grow up into. Just like less obese.
Yeah. This next clip is our reaction to Angela's dance, as well as Stooge appearing in the blackness of the EDM light and scaring the shit out of me. The use of this, like, epilepsy light is awesome.
Well, especially because it flipped on by itself like the music did.
Yeah. Because I know in one of these frames it's going to cut to black. Yeah, fucking Stooge, you whore.
I think there was a jump cut there.
This next clip is my reaction to Stooge making out with Angela and her biting his tongue off. Something about this light makes this feel not real.
Well, I think it more has to do with the fact that Stooge is getting action.
Oh?
Even if there might be a little too much
I don't know what she's doing to him.
Probably biting something.
Oh, she probably is biting his tongue and gonna rip it out of his mouth, huh?
That's why I said there's a little too much tongue. Or his lips.
Oh, God. Yep. Yep.
Mmm.
Yep. That's a lot of blood. That's so much blood. Yep, she bit his tongue off.
Oh, she has pretty teeth.
Oh, and she has, like, fangs.
Not just fangs.
They were like sharp teeth.
Snarling maw.
This next clip is our reaction to Max and Francine saying they're going to have sex in coffins, and also our reaction to Suzanne shoving an entire tube of lipstick through her breasts into her body.
There'd be no reason to do a boob cast for just showing her chest.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do a boob cast, you're probably willing to show your
boobs,
your breasts on camera.
I mean, we know she is, because...
Are they going to have sex in a coffin?
Oh! Get me out of this movie, bro. Get me out of here. I don't like confined spaces. I don't like demons.
I like how he's like, I've never had sex in a coffin. And she's like, me neither. Like, she had to ask.
This might be where the boob cast is, because I think she's... Or is she just drawing?
That's lipstick. Although, you know, the thing you're thinking about might happen in a second, because now it kind of looks like a cast.
Oh, she's fixing her face, Benjamin. She's got... No. She's going to give herself, what is it called? A mastectomy? A
Mastectomy?
Mastectomy? Or is she just drawing a...
That's a cast, I think.
That is a cast.
Yeah, it's a cast. Yeah, that's...
Oh! That's why they needed... Oh!
She just put the lipstick in there.
She just shoved the whole tube of lipstick through her nipple.
Well, yeah. That was actually pretty well done.
That was really well done.
I did not see the hole before she started shoving.
Me either. This next outtake is kind of long because it's multiple outtakes that happen sequentially in the movie, so I left them as one piece for your listening pleasure. The first one is Jay and Suzanne attempting to have sex, and I thought Demon Suzanne was going to bite off Jay's cock. The second one is our reaction to Angela finally showing Sal that she's a demon and trying to kill him. The third is the death of Helen. Oh, dude, quit being such a goddamn horn dog.
Yeah, he's a fucking sleazeball.
He is.
Sucks.
Oh, she's going to bite his cock off.
Yep. That's going to be pretty funny.
But you say yep like you know.
But Bob, look at it.
Oh, never mind. He's going down with her.
Why'd you go down?
Thank God. Thank God I didn't have to see someone get their cock bitten off. Hey, Sal's out of here.
I'm out of here.
Ah! Oh my God! Ange, what the fuck?
I think that's Sal's reaction too.
Yeah, holy shit, me too, man!
The door's locked, huh?
If you don't you dare touch him with those, you dirty woman. I would have domed her with that flashlight by now.
Do you think Raj is just sitting in the car?
Oh, here we go. Cut back to Raj outside.
Just like cowering.
That's what I'd be doing.
Oh,
what?
this is not a reassuring shot for everything's okay with Raj.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Raj, are you okay in there?
Did he fall asleep?
Oh, no, he's asleep. He's passed
Either
out.
that or he's dead.
Raj isn't dead.
The window looks broken or open.
Damn it. Did they really kill Raj off screen?
That'd be shitty. No, the window's closed. I could see the reflection off of it.
Oh! No, Raj lives.
He has a medallion.
He does. That was not Stooge. It couldn't be. He's dead. No. No.
Jump scare.
No. Rah! Oh, shit! Oh, my God. Is that Helen?
Yeah. Remember the thing she saw in the mirror?
Yeah, it was her death.
Well, it was exactly that shot.
This next outtake is also multiple outtakes because they run right against each other in the film, and it would be way too hard to cut them separately. So, in this outtake, we have my reaction to Jay getting his eyes popped out of his head by Demon Suzanne, and then also the deaths of Franny and Max.
There's a scene I think I remember them saying was in the NC-17 version.
Up! Yep, there it is. Up! Up! She's trying to strangle him in demon form. I'm surprised. No, not the eyes. Come on! Are you fucking cow?
Bob.
Jesus fuck!
Yeah, this is the unrated version. The NC-17 version.
Oh! Well, they were fucking
Well, yeah. They said they were going to fuck
in the coffin.
I'm surprised they left the lid open. I thought they were going to close it.
Same. Oh! Up! Stooge is a demon. Oh, he just snapped her fucking neck.
I like how
and instantly killed her.
I like how Max said he was just like, no.
Oh. Ow.
Ow. Dude,
Ow.
pull your arm back.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't do it. God damn. Well, they're both fucking dead.
Yeah, this is the NC-17 version.
How do you-
Because of the eyeball thing. I heard it described.
Well, that was...
Do you see that white pop like a zit?
shut up. Shut up.
I thought you were going to vomit.
I thought I was too. This next clip is our reaction to Sal saving Judy from Angela by committing suicide and throwing her off of the roof with himself. Oh!
Oh, wow.
Oh, Sal, I just climbed the roof.
Sal just like fucking shoved her.
Rod can't help. He's on the ground. Oh! Oh, that's like a full-on backflip. That was awesome.
A lover's flip.
Oh! This next outtake is our reaction to the very, very end of the movie, where we meet back up with the old man from the beginning. Why do we have weird focus on this old man for?
Wow.
Oh, there's his wife, I assume. What an asshole. I would not be married to this man. This guy's having pie for breakfast. Oh my god. He fucking deserved that, and that practical looked really good, and that's so fucking funny that they brought that back around for the end of this movie.
She knew what she was doing.
Oh my god.
The real question is, how did he swallow that without, like...
Realizing it?
Yeah. Without,
I don't know.
Without biting it.
I
That was
don't-
super cool.
I don't care, but that was an awesome end of the movie.
Yeah, I knew she was going to kill him, though.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Hi, everybody.
Hey, we're back from the outtakes.
From the outtakes of The Night of the Demons.
Night of the Demons.
Sure.
You said the Night of the
Well,
Demons.
yeah, because I hate you. You in your...
Well, it's important that you say the right title on a movie podcast, Bob.
It's true. You're right. I'm sorry.
A valid concern.
Hopefully those outtakes were good. I don't know how funny they were. I'm sure you got some... You definitely got some gagging. That's for sure in this one.
If it got picked up.
It better have. I'll be mad if it didn't. Announcement stuff. It's Christmas time. It's December. So on the 25th, we'll have a Christmas episode coming out.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I think we're watching Black Christmas for that. If you're checking us out on YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, help us out. If you're listening to this on Spotify,
As
thank you.
always, this could be on Spotify.
On God, it could be on Spotify, but I don't know if that's going to happen by the time this board is done.
Still waiting on our art.
Still waiting on art. If you have any comments about the show, leave them in the comments of the videos. You know, any recommendations for things you want us to talk about, movies you want us to watch, anything that you think is constructive criticism that you think will make the show better. Just leave it in the comments. We'll read it. We'll take it into account when we do the episodes. We will try to, at least, unless it's a bad comment.
Try and fail.
Try and fail horribly, more than likely. What other announcement stuff do we have? Straw poll. Check out the straw poll.
I thought we were announcing it. You told me we were announcing that this week. The results.
I told you we were going to do it on whenever we record.
No, you told me we were doing it this week.
No.
Because
No.
originally you said we were announcing our results the week after.
Yep.
And then that week you said, fuck it, we're doing it the week after. And you told me that we were going to announce the results this time, so I have time to plan for the actual board.
Well, we don't have a winner.
We would have a winner.
We don't, though.
We're not going to have a winner then. No one else is going to vote on it.
Someone might.
I'm going to go vote 3 more times.
Please don't.
Cannibals.
No. Okay, well...
All right, I guess Bob's being a bitch, so we're just going to do it in the wrap-up.
Well, it makes sense to do it in the wrap-up, so that, like...
No, it makes sense to do it now, so, like, you kind of know for the next board. Like, here's something to be excited for.
Okay, well, then who wins, Ben?
No.
Tell me how we've
Don't
determined.
put this on me. You've decided, and this is a partnership, so we're just going to wait. Fucking bitch, man.
You mean... We don't have to wait. I just gave you the opportunity to not wait.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just waiting.
So, yeah, I guess another thing tied to that, kinda, go vote on the poll if you can. It's on our Twitter. It's also, if you need a link and you know me, text me, and I'll send you a link. I don't know. You know, if you want access to it, you can have it.
Go vote for cannibals.
Don't vote for cannibals. Vote for anything except cannibals.
Vote for it specifically because Bob doesn't want it.
I don't want it at all, actually. It quite terrifies me. Sort of tied to that, we're almost done with this board. This is the second to last episode on this board.
No.
Second to last. Oh, shit. You're right. I'm stupid.
Third to last.
Fourth, technically.
Technically fourth, yeah.
Because we're going to have to watch the second one of Night of the Demons. Night of the Demons 2, I assume.
That's coming out on Wednesday.
Come out on Wednesday?
No, Monday.
Monday. You're right. You are correct.
Coming
It'll
out
be
on
out
Monday.
on Monday. The Friday after, or the Monday after the episode.
This
episode come out.
You're listening to this on Friday.
Yeah.
Next episode's coming out on Monday.
On Monday. It'll
2
be
days from now.
Night of the Demons 2. Then after that, we have 2 more movies to watch.
Yep.
And
it's
then
Spider and a Zombie.
Spider and Zombie. And then
Spider Zombie.
that is
Spider Zombies.
a horrific idea.
It's actually the same movie in both spots.
Oh no.
We watch it twice.
Fuck that. After that is our special 10th episode of the board, the wrap-up episode.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, I'm just, reminding everyone to watch out for that. It's coming out. We're going to talk about what the next board's categories will be, what some of the movies are going to be. We're going to talk about our favorite movies from this board, our least favorite movies, what we liked, what we didn't like. We're going to compare them. I think that'll be really fun. We compare the different movies in different genres. Basically, we're just going to talk the whole board over.
Yeah, we're going to talk the board over, and we're going to take that opportunity to just go ahead and announce what we're going to tell each other our categories, announce the random one.
Yep.
Then apparently, and
You were such
just set up the next board, which should be the week after that. I don't
Yeah.
think we're taking a longer break than that, but
no
we'll
more
let
than
you know
that.
at the time of if sign comes up.
Episodes might be a little weird soon because of the way our work schedule works out.
Yeah, but we're trying to keep it together.
We're trying to keep on track and keep on schedule because currently, at this point, the wrap-up episode is going to come out on the 6th of January, which means we're starting the year with a fresh board.
Yep.
Essentially, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. But other than that, I don't think I have anything. I think we're done.
I think that's it.
So we will see you next week with a new episode of Beware the Board.
Or on Monday.
Or on Monday. Well, next week is, next Friday
Yeah,
is
but you meant Friday.
Yeah, Friday is the normal episodes, baby. So we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Yeah, see you next time.